All right. The year is 5014, and our arm of the galaxy is home to trillions. It is not a safe place, but it burns bright. And for some, there are gentle lands. Amidst the galaxy, in one of the training centers for the Baolympus Megacorporation, forged in the fires of the Crucible, a new set, a new group of pilots is to be born. Lancers coming from all sorts of places over the galaxy, brought together under the flag of the Baolympus Megacorporation, in hopes to become part of a unique operation, the Grindel Retrieval Company. Our story begins in the Crucible. You guys find yourselves in the heart of nothingness, in the void of space, with nothing but bulkheads between you and the great void. Now, this space station is not small. This is home to hundreds, maybe even thousands of potential pilots coming in for various branches of the Baolympus Megacorporation, with several hundred trainers coming in, consultants, as it were, forging would-be pilots into Lancers. And for those that could not make it, they will be sent home with nothing more than the story of a failed attempt to become one of the galaxy's greatest, a Lancer. You guys, specifically, are operating under the designation of Gamma Squadron. Gamma Squadron is being molded by a former mech pilot himself, wounded in combat, but has taken the opportunity to move into the private sector after his battle injuries to work for the Baolympus Megacorporation. His name, Commander Grimlow. Commander Grimlow has overseen your guys' training from the very beginning, forcing you through rigorous physical activities, pushing your mental abilities to the limit, overseeing each and every augmentation that was done to you and to your mechs. You guys find yourselves in your barracks and quarters at this point in time. It is approximately 0800 cradle time. And you would know that at 0830, you guys will be required to meet in the briefing room for your final stages of training. A large battlefield simulation that is run in part of the Crucible, where they will put you and your mechs to the test, pushing you as far as you can go, and ensuring that your training has indeed been worth it. Should you succeed, you will get your pilot's license and be able to become a full-fledged Lancer, joining the ranks of the elite in the galaxy. Your quarters are all attached to a center break room for you guys to be able to go and mingle about whenever you guys are in between training sessions, classes, and giving you some time before your final simulation to get to know each other a little bit more. You guys have once again spent time with each other for approximately 6 to 8 months at this point. So you guys would know each other fairly intimately, especially since you guys are all operating together under Grimlow and Gamma Squadron. So we'll give you guys a little bit of time to go ahead and start off. Where are you in your guys' little part of the Crucible in terms of these quarters? Are you in your rooms? Are you in the break room? What are you guys doing at this point in time?
Bones would be in the break room, probably just drinking a cup of coffee and contemplating this whole experience. He's trying to get his morning zen in.
I'd probably be wherever Ghost is.
Yeah. I mean, we'd probably be eating breakfast, I would think.
Yeah, it's early. Yeah.
Get some sandwiches.
Solomon would probably be in his room, like probably just throwing a knife up in the air and catching it or something like that.
Something edgy.
Nice. Okay.
Well, I mean, like just chilling because he's bored and not social.
Oh, what's the gravity like on the Crucible? Is there actual gravity, or is it like
there
lighter
is,
than usual?
There is artificial gravity. It is approximately like 1.9 G's, or I'm sorry, 0.9 G's. Approximating as close as they can to standard cradle gravitational fields. That said, there are some areas that have gravity wells, density multipliers, which would specifically be in like the physical augmentation areas, physical training areas, where they would artificially inflate the gravity to make it much heavier, to make essentially the training that much more intense on the would-be pilots. So it's a little lighter in this area, but it's approximately what you would find on the cradle.
Okay.
I would probably be sitting at one of the tables. I've have an old actual paper deck of cards that I just shuffle as a bit of a nervous habit.
And here I thought you'd be getting drunk with Oscar.
It's 8 a.m. Give me at least until 9.
Look,
Wait until after
he's not enjoying an Irish coffee at the moment.
I mean, I'm not saying I'm not enjoying an Irish coffee, but I'm not getting drunk.
If you're always drunk, you'll never be hungover.
But no, like all I'm doing is just shuffling. It's to kind of keep my mind focused.
Okay. And then lastly, Strife. What are you up to?
He would be just sharpening a combat knife that he keeps with him at all times.
Beautiful. Edgy. I like it. All right. So, at this point in time, the cafeteria for your guys' section of the Crucible would not be terribly far away, allowing Jackal and Ghost to go out and get a bit of a late breakfast, but a breakfast nonetheless. It'd be a shame to go and run your final simulations on an empty stomach. As you guys gather some of your morning grub, you eventually make your way back through the crowds of would-be pilots. Some of them already returning from their morning simulations. You can see a couple of them have a small silver disc in their hands or at their hips, clipped onto their belts. You can see a few of them showing them off to other would-be pilots or some of the staff, excited and exuberant about their recently acquired pilot's license. No, you probably wouldn't. As you guys are making your way back towards the break room, you can see a couple of them activate these small licenses, and these holograms come up with profile pictures of the designated pilot, along with basic arbitrary information about them. And some of them continue to just kind of gloat about how fantastic they are. Great to see that they had knowingly passed their simulations. And after a moment of just passing them and listening to their gloating, you guys managed to make your way back to your guys's break room and barracks. You can see Bones in there having his cup of coffee, Coyote shuffling his cards, and the others playing with knives. Do you guys want to do any conversing or anything like that before we continue to get going?
I'm gonna look at Dre 13 and say, "Surprised you're not drunk yet."
Who says I'm not?
Fair
I just
point.
hide it really well.
I mean, when you're drunk all day, every day, it makes sense.
Yeah.
Should probably stop drinking though. We got serious shit to do. Wouldn't want you to blow any of us up.
That's probably not a very good idea.
Or I should keep drinking to calm my nerves.
I'm gonna take something out of my pocket, and it's one of the licenses from the people we passed that were gloating, and throw it down on Bones' desk. And say, I took this from a real annoying guy outside. You might want to have someone return it before he has a heart attack.
Are you sure that we should do
I'll
that?
take care of this. Just don't take anything else, please.
Just say he dropped it. It's not a big deal.
How did you know I was going to do that? Are you reading my mind, boy? Do I have to call the PsyOps team? He just grins.
I don't like you.
That's fine. And he just walks after the guys. Hey, excuse me. You dropped this. You were kind of, fumbling around with it, showing it off. You dropped it. Out of your pocket.
You can see the young pilot. He's got a close-cropped hair, kind of sandy, dimpled chin, clean-shaven face. Looks like an absolute tool.
Is his name Chet?
Yeah, it's Chad.
Oh, fucking A, Chad. Okay, Private Chad. Yes.
Yeah, Chad Hardwell.
Jesus.
He's been just an absolute tool since day one. You guys have been pretty much in the same
Pasadena
class. Yeah.
Did he graduate from Covington Catholic?
Oh.
He looks around and pats it down really quick. He's like, "How'd you? What? No, surely I didn't drop that."
You did. Here, and I just kind of hand it to him, and I'm just going to walk away.
He snatches it out of your hand. Yeah. Let's see if you guys get yours today. And he clips it onto his hip and then double checks to make sure that it's there. And then
Can
turns
we
back
hear
to
him
his...
say that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Hey, fuck you, buddy!
I look at Jackal and say, if I don't get mine, I can just get his again, and I give him a wink.
Please do.
At this point, you guys hear a loud metallic footstep clanging on the ground that rounds the corner. Seeing this sudden outburst, you can see a man with a cybernetic leg and on his where his right leg would have been, and on his left arm, you can see a similar cybernetic scars running down his face and cropped gray hair, looking at you. You would recognize this man immediately as Commander Grimlow.
I'm going to stop shuffling and stand.
Mm-hmm. I think we'd all probably stand up.
I would not stand up. Fuck that.
Yeah, Bones comes over and just kind of does that thing where he grabs you under your arms, get up, come on.
Got my butt firmly planted in my seat.
You can stay in your seat, just stand up.
I'm gonna whisper, that's not how sitting works.
I'll get up, and I just pull him up.
Attention!
A solemn little salute while sitting.
I was leaning against Bones' desk. I will straighten slightly.
Yeah.
I'm gonna kind of watch Solomon casually salute, and I'm gonna follow with a bit of a casual salute as well, but actually stand while doing it.
Yeah. Bones is the only one who actually gives a real salute, I assume.
Yeah.
Mine's real. It's just lazy.
Yeah, I mean, I'll give a salute, but I am leaning against your desk. So.
It's not a desk. It's like a table. It's just like one of he picked a corner table, just kind of getting his peace and quiet.
Yeah, because we're already in the rec room.
Yeah.
I'm going to assume, though, I'm just assuming that ever since I've met this lovable band of bad news bears, that it has just been insanity and craziness.
I can only assume. You can see Grimlow kind of give a a grimace and an eye as he looks over all of you guys, seeing some of you half-heartedly salute and some of you still firmly planted in your seats. All right. Seems like you guys haven't figured out a stand yet. Well, today will be your real test then. Maybe at the very least you'll be able to pilot a mech. Simulations in 20 minutes. Be sure to be in the briefing room. And with that, he turns around, and begins to start walking out, and you can hear him say, "At ease," and then leaves the room.
I'm only...
As he rounds the corner, you'll hear Solomon say, "Already am."
And
I
at
don't
this,
like that
Bones
guy.
just kind of narrows his eyes at Solomon, and he just says, "You're a bad influence."
I'm gonna lean over to Ghost and go and whisper, so he came out here to make a show of telling us the time for the thing that we already knew the time of. Wow. Real good use of time there.
Yep, I don't like him. He never has anything good in his wallet.
Solomon will look at Bones and
I would
retort
not
with, "Yeah, I'm not an influence. I just do my own thing. It's people's choice whether they follow me or not."
And they don't.
I look over at Coyote. I look back at you.
Yeah, I'm not following. I'm just learning.
There's really nothing to learn from that guy.
You
I
wouldn't
mean,
know
look
if you
at
don't
him.
try. I know.
But to be fair, you have a lot to learn, so at least you're learning from somebody.
Well, at least it's not you.
I agree. Now stop talking to me. I don't like you.
I'm his
Okay.
best friend, and I also agree.
Yeah, see? Well, 2 against 1, fucker.
Okay.
I'm gonna look at Ghost like, let's get away from him. Let's calm down before this fucking thing. I need to go talk to Anubis.
Okie dokie.
You wanna come with me, or?
Let's go. Yeah, I'll come.
So we're gonna get up and head towards the mech bay. I'm gonna look around. Anyone want to join us? I'm gonna point at Gray. Not you. And I'm gonna point at Hellstorm. And not you either, actually. Then I'm gonna look at
Bones.
Strife. Maybe you.
He's just been sharpening the combat knife just quietly.
Hellstorm will just kind of look at you and be like, "I'll join you if I damn well please."
Yeah, if
will
I damn well
have-
please
Are
too.
you?
I will have Anubis flick you across the fucking room.
No one gives a shit about your puny mech.
I'll
Okay.
look over at Bones and just.
Okay.
I think we're all gonna die today. Like is this a live fire or is this all simulator today?
know,
I think I
I
heard
don't-
it was a simulator.
Oh, okay. Maybe we'll die today.
We don't do live fire this early.
Especially
Well.
in a space station.
Yeah, but he'll look over at Solomon. He'll say, "But I've been wrong about that before."
Solomon will just look back at him and be like, "I have no idea what you're talking about."
You've been wrong about a lot of things before.
Oh, I'm gonna chuckle at that. Oh,
Can I roll to see if I hear that? What do I roll for that?
Yeah, we can go ahead and do a skill check there. Let's see here. That skill check would be pilot skills. Here we go. I don't know. Where's the?
Read a
Let's go with
situation, maybe?
spot. Or yeah, you can read a situation, or you can either spot, and the
Okay.
number to beat is 20.
Okay, so I
Oh, no,
roll a
sorry,
D20.
10.
yeah.
You
Number
roll a
beats-
d20. You have to beat a 10.
Then do I add the modifiers I have to that, or
You have any
it's 1d20
modifiers?
plus modifiers, yeah.
Yeah, if you have any
Yeah.
modifiers that are applicable, go ahead and add
so
those.
if you're reading situation, I get a +2 bonus.
Okay.
Especially that adds +1, and then Squad adds -1, right?
There is that one of the ones that you have your specialization in?
It is a neutral skill, so would
Okay.
it not have a
So
bonus? Or?
I believe that should just be at a
Two?
+2 then. Correct.
Okay.
You will not get your accuracy or your any difficulty for this.
So
Can I roll
have
act
really quick.
unheard against him?
Now, out of curiosity, with the ones I am special and stay cool and collected and patch, I have those at a 2 bonus. Should those be at a 4 or just still at
those
2?
should be at a 2 bonus,
Very
and
special.
then you get to roll a d6. You get to roll an accuracy
right.
on those.
Gotcha.
Correct.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah.
And then if you want to go ahead and roll something to oppose, Ash, you are welcome to. That would probably be unseen, unheard. Yeah.
Okay.
And if you have any, like I said, accuracy there, then you are rolling a d6 and adding it 2.
Okay.
So
I
do-
have a +2, but it also is one of my specialties. Does that add
So
anything?
1d20
Correct, so
plus 2 plus 1d6.
Correct.
Okay.
22. All right. So in this system, anything over a 20 is considered a critical. Anything
Immediate
above
interrupt?
10... Close.
Damn it.
So in this
You wish,
specific
Dan.
instance, you can you hear that she mutters something under her breath, but it's really hard to make out.
And then I just lock eyes with you and laugh.
You can see that they clearly have some sort of inside joke going on here, but that's the best you can get out of this.
Anyway, Bones just looks around and just says, "All right, well, get yourselves ready, folks."
All right, yeah. Again, I'm gonna go talk to Anubis. I'll catch you losers in a minute.
Okay.
I'm gonna leave.
You guys, specifically Ash and Jackal, Ghost and Jackal, you guys proceed to make your way out, heading towards the Mech hangar bay. The Mech hangar bay is probably about a 10-minute walk from where you guys are, but fortunately the briefing room isn't much farther than that. Those are relatively close in area. In fact, the briefing room, there actually is a massive glass pane that would be able to overlook the hangar bay itself. As for everyone else, at this point in time, you can see a hologram light up in the middle of the room, and it proceeds to have a countdown reading simulation call time, and at this point in time, it's probably like 19 minutes, 28 seconds or something like that.
And
You
they
can see
they
it.
know it's 10 minutes away, right?
Yes, you guys would all be intimately familiar with the space station at this point in time. This has been your living quarters and trading grounds and everything for the last 8 months. So you guys would know about how long to the number it would take for you to get from your room to the debriefing room, or the briefing room rather.
Sorry. That answered my question. So whoever's gonna say something, go ahead and say what you're saying.
Okay. At this point in time, Jackal and Ash, you guys continue to make your way, winding through some of the hallways of the space station. And after some time, managed to come to a large set of metal doors that you can see, read very plainly above it, Mechanized Cavalry Hangar Bay. And you can see on the right hand right hand side of the doors, there is a small computer terminal with which you guys would be able to scan probably some sort of imprint that they would have put in your wrist for you guys to be able to gain access to the mech bay.
Makes sense. So we scan our wrist and head on in there.
Okay. So you guys proceed to scan your wrist, and as the door opens, you can see a massive bay, easily probably 50 feet from floor to ceiling, with you guys walking in, probably about 15 feet up. The bay itself extends out a couple hundred yards and is lined with these giant mechs of various designs, shapes, and augmentations. You can see sparks flying as some of the mechanics for the Bay Olympus Megacorp are working on final touches or repairing mechs that had gone through simulations earlier that seem to have sustained significant damage.
Oh, the mechs can get damaged during the simulation.
Yeah, seeing this,
You wouldn't see this.
well,
I think Bones was trailing behind, weren't you?
oh wait, I thought we were all just going in like we'd had our downtime when we were going to the simulation as a
No,
team.
we left before you.
Yeah,
Okay.
they were going to the
Yeah,
hangar
okay,
beta to check out their mechs really quick before they went to the briefing room.
Okay, yeah, then but I would be heading to the briefing room, so I am not there.
I'm gonna scan the area, and then when I lock eyes on Anubis, and be like, start heading towards him. I'm gonna look at Ghost and be like, "Do you see Spectre anywhere?" Oh, there she is. I'm assuming they would have all our Lancers in a row.
Correct. Your guys' your guys' mechs, rather, would be clustered together. Each individual grouping would be put near each other. That way, for ease of access. And you can see at this point in time that they are in the process of moving a couple of the mechs from your guys' division, from Gamma Squadron. It seems like at this point in time, let's see here. Dynamite and Doc are currently being shuttled out on these massive rolling cruisers, or carriers rather, beginning to tow them to the simulation area.
As they take Doc by, I'm gonna look up at it and say, "You behave for Bones, okay? Don't make me reset you."
The mech, you can see the head begin to slowly turn its head and looks down at you, giving a slight nod before adjusting its head in a forward position once again and being pushed along through a massive mech-sized door frame, leading them beyond your vision.
I'm gonna chuckle and be like, "That's always fun." Hey, Anubis! Have they started prepping him at all yet?
It seems like they are in the process of prepping him at this point in time. You can see Spectre alongside it.
You guys know he can just walk in there, right? I'm looking at Anubis, right?
You can see the giant jackal-headed mech proceed to look down towards you. And then, let's see. I don't know if there's anything special for it. Do you guys... Is there anything special for oral networks? For
talking? No, I don't think so. I don't think there's anything special about that. And if it's not, it would be part of my personalization.
Yeah, we'll go ahead and say that you guys, those of you with concierges in your mechs would have gotten augmentations to pair you with that, so you guys would be able to communicate back and forth outside of your mech with your mechanized suit. So in your ear, you can hear the voice of Anubis.
I would think he'd have a deep voice.
We'll see what I can do here.
It just sounds like who's the alien from SG-1? That guy?
Teal'c? Yes. I
Yes,
like that.
there you go.
Indeed.
And he's not an alien, he's a Jaffa.
Jaffas are kind of alien.
They're humans used for incubating the...
But they're not Earth humans.
They're alien to our planet.
Okay,
Technically,
yeah.
he is correct.
Anyway.
It would seem as shackled as we are bound to the will of these individuals. We are being held and pulled and tullied around. Our will is one with theirs, and we shall follow in their stead.
That doesn't sound very fun. But I guess it's the only way they can load you into the simulation, huh?
You can see the jackal head give a slight nod as it looks down to you.
Well, here in about 10 minutes, buddy, it's going to be me and you, and we're going to win that simulation, and I'm going to earn my license to pilot you properly. You can bet on that.
I walk up to Spectre, and I'm like, Spectre, oh no, Bob. my AI is Bob, because she likes to differentiate between the two. Bob, I brought you a gift for test day.
Oh, good. Jolly. What do we have here?
She pulls out a stuffed pickle with googly eyes that says, "You don't know dill" on the side. Says, "I got you this pickle. I named it Goose."
Wow.
Get it? Get it?
Yeah.
Oh.
What a phenomenal companion. I don't believe that will help us in the simulation at all. But I like your thinking.
Well, that's good, because I stole it from a little girl, and I think she cried, so enjoy. And I throw it through the door.
A little one-armed girl.
I'm gonna turn and look at Ash, or look at Ash and be like, "You're not a good person. I like that about you."
I'm a wonderful person. Just not to people I don't know.
I'm gonna look at Anubis. Keep everything locked up while she's around.
As sure as the stars shine in the night sky.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna have to ask you to give it your best in that simulation, buddy. I'm counting on you.
You can see the jackal-headed mech nod once more. You can see the towing carriers proceed to move in place. Each of the respective mechs proceeds to step up onto them, and you can begin to see them get hauled out of the hangar and making their way through the doors to the simulation fields.
Is Coyote's mech still... Is he loaded in yet or not?
It seems like all of the other mechs had been moved ahead of your guys's.
Damn, I was gonna sabotage it. Okay, let's go.
Ash looks at her watching. Jackal, we probably should go. I don't think Captain No Humor would like it if we were fashionably late.
We still got like 5 minutes left, but there's nothing to do in this room anymore, so... Yeah. Okay, let's go to the briefing room. If we have
to be fair, this is just the player here. You could, if you had anyone had like a can of Coke or something, shake it up, pop the top, and throw it into Coyote's mech, so he has to sit in sticky stuff for the whole simulation.
I would do that if his mech wasn't already gone.
I have a feeling that I've made some poor choices leading up to now.
I have a feeling you left me for dead one time.
I don't know that.
It was probably in a one of the training simulations gone wrong.
No, it was back when he was a survey corpsman.
Oh, that's right, that's right.
I worked with him for a while. He blew up a cave, it caved in, he's like, he's probably dead, and he left.
No, I did not think you were dead.
And then I always catch him
I just
creepily
didn't
staring
think
at me.
about you. I didn't realize you were down there.
Oh, you knew I was down there. I said, hey, I'm going into mine. Right before you blew the cave.
Right before you pushed down on the detonator.
Watch old Wile E. Coyote plunger just...
What?
Oh, sorry, I'm going through a tunnel. There's some static.
Yeah.
He had earbuds
yeah.
in. He was listening to Despacito.
Oh, that song is going to be eternal.
Okay. So yeah, we'll head to
He
the
was
briefing
creepily
room.
staring at me because I walk into a room and he's like turns and watches me. I don't like it.
So you guys arrive in the briefing room. As Ash and Jackal proceed to make their way in, you can see the rest of Gamma Squadron already standing in there, with Commander No Humor, Grimlow, standing with his arms crossed, tapping his metallic foot. And then very obviously notices, if not...
Could we try to sneak in?
You are welcome to try and sneak in if you guys would like to go ahead and try and do an unseen and unheard check. Ooh, very saucy. I like it. Okay. And Ash,
And you also get your D6.
do get your D6. Okay, that will be enough. So fortunately,
No, sorry, that wasn't a D6. I rolled again. Oh, it was slightly more.
that was better. Better still. All right. So, fortunately for the two of you, it seems like Grimlow is already in. He seems like he hasn't really turned back to notice you guys missing just yet. He's still tapping his metallic foot, and he looks down at his watch. They better be here. And he turns around. No. I guess you walked in with the rest of the lot. All right. Gamma Squadron, today's your day. We're going to see if you make it or if you finally break. And judging from the behavior that I've seen this morning, I know exactly what I'm putting my money on.
We're gonna make it.
If you've managed to get it through all of your... If you've managed to get my training through all of your thick skulls, then you might have a chance yet, and you might actually make Lancers. But you're going to have to work together as a team. Your
That
mission...
could be a problem, sir. I don't think those two like me very much. Or, I'm gonna point over at Jackal and Ghost.
Whoa.
Or even Bones. He sort of tolerates me. But, you know.
Do I look like the kind of person that cares about whatever you guys have got going on?
That's what I was gonna say.
No.
I mean,
No, probably not.
As all
Just saying, if I die in the simulation,
Hey, you could always just remove him from our company.
As all of this is happening, Bones just is like massaging his temples. He's like, coffee and contemplation, coffee and contemplation.
I think we would work a lot better as a unit without him.
I think you all would work much better as a unit if you shut up and listen to what you were supposed to be doing. All right. Figure your shit out on your own time. Whenever you're in your mechs, you need to work as a unit. One team. One mind. So whatever shit you've got going on outside of it, leave it outside the hard suit. Your mission objective today is going to be wave control. You're going to be dealing with inbounds. At a point of my choosing, we'll have an objectives change. And along the way, we are going to switch up the scenario variables. Make sure that you guys are actually cut out to pilot a mech. Otherwise, we'll ship you off with the rest of the rejects.
Important question, real quick. So, if I get rejected, are you shipping Anubis off with me? Not that I'm gonna get rejected, but, that's mine.
Not according to the contracts that you signed with Bay Olympus to get in this program. So don't fail.
Probably should have read the contract, huh?
So, he holds up one thumb, with his metal hand.
Jackal, I think that little girl's looking for a pickle.
Wave control. Scenario change. Then you're going to be capturing the flag. Should be easy enough for you idiots to do. Any questions?
I'm gonna raise my hand just a little bit, pause, and then. No, I'm good.
Good. Hard
Is it
suit
gonna
up.
be an actual flag?
That's what my question was gonna be.
Before he says hard to, I'll sound like, yeah, do we get to blow stuff up?
He's going to roll his eyes into the voids of fucking space. The danger room is going to include live ammunition. Harrison Armory personally designed it. So, thanks to their cooperation with their think tank, it's not going to do any real damage to the space station. Same can't be said for you and your mechs. And yes, he turns and focuses his attention to Strife. There is going to be a real flag. Are there any more questions?
No, I'm good.
No,
That makes me happy.
Thing, got it.
Fantastic.
Live fire? I told you it was going to be live fire. Just sort of nudge Bones.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
That's fine.
That's cool.
Grimlow turns back to the operators for the simulation. Begin running subset 93745. Let's get this going. Oh, you're still here? I said get in your hard suits.
I'm okay. 93745. What about? I'm gonna just sort of glance at the operators as we're kind of shuffling up. What's 93745?
I said go.
Hey!
Yeah, come on, boys. Come on, guys. Let's go. Come on.
Someday I'm gonna make that man smile.
It shouldn't be hard for a woman of your wiles. And after Bones says that,
He totally stops like stunned.
after he says that, he walks past. He kind of like grabs Coyote by the shoulder. He's like, "Hey, listen up. Don't worry about them. Just watch their back, and then they'll watch yours eventually. Just do your jobs." That's the important part.
I know I can trust both of you to watch my back since you always are, and then I'm gonna walk past, trying to get the last one.
Does she? I think she gets the wrong idea about us.
I mean, I'm not going to say I'm not.
Goes, what's this now?
Get in your suit. Let's go. Come on.
Okay.
Do you want to get your pilot's license or not? And no, you can't just keep stealing them. There are names on them. Last I checked, you're not Chad Penning, whatever his name was.
Fuck Lord. Hardwell. So, as you guys are walking and talking, eventually you make
Did you say his name was Chad Hardcock?
Hardwell, but close enough. So at this point, as you guys are walking and talking, you manage to make your way into the locker room. You can see in rows of cylinders on lining the walls of either side of this area. Individual hard suits, materials made of synthetic weaves along with actual plating and cybernetics, and some very expensive technology laying about. As you guys get closer, you can see machines begin to start, machine arms begin to reach out towards your guys' armor and begins to start pulling them, piecing them apart. And the tube doors slide down into the ground. You can see a standing platform. You guys would know this would be the area where you would walk up to so that the machines could proceed to fit you into your hard suits. All of them at this point in time are fairly uniform, dark gray and black in design, with a protective helmet. It's got they are fully sealed, vacuum proof, and have rather thick plating on the outside, thick enough that would sustain both radiation from the depths of space, as well as any environmental hazards that you might come upon, and even some low-tier energy and kinetics fire that you guys might.
Did I miss anything important?
You guys are getting suited up right now, and people are sassing Ghost, and Ghost is sassing them back.
Sounds about right.
Okay. So you guys proceed to make your way up to each of your respective platforms. You can see the various mechanical arms begin to start sliding you into a nano-weave suit that is very form-fitting. And then after a moment of that getting in place, the machines begin to act forcefully, fitting these plates over your shoulders, chest, arms, legs, and finally booting you up. And then lastly, your guys' visors proceed to drop down and bolt onto the helmet with the thanks of the mechanical aids. And with that, you can see a door at the end of the hallway open up. And you can see a platform, a bright light on the other side, waiting, beckoning for you to enter.
All right,
Well,
let's go.
I might as well.
Yeah, nothing else to do.
If I'm gonna die today, I might as well do it before lunch.
Yeah. Bones says that's a good way to think of it, but no one's dying today, guys. We're walking out of here with their wings. So get out
Yeah.
there and fly those things like you know how.
In
And
that
I look
case,
over at,
let's get our wings before lunch.
that's the spirit. I'm gonna look over at Jackal and be like, or just fake it until you make it.
Taco Tuesday.
I'm gonna look at Bones like, you just gave me the best idea I've ever had.
Wait, what? Die? I heard steel
Solomon
thing.
will just chime in. Y'all just do your own things. I'll keep you covered.
Good luck.
Yeah, and as Bones will be the last one through the door, and as Solomon walks past, he just kind of puts a hand on his shoulder and he says, "Check your targets this time, okay, Chief?" He kind of pats him. He says, "They get moving."
Hey, Base, would these be light or assault hard suits?
These would be considered light hard suits for
Okay.
now.
So we should equip those on our pilot.
Whenever he tells Solomon that, Solomon walks off. He just gives a thumbs up. I'll just continue walking.
Okay. So you guys proceed to make your way through the door. It leads out to a long, thin bridge.
So just a heads up, everybody. A light hard suit gives you plus 3 HP. So give you a 3 HP bonus and set your current HP to 9.
Also, before we start this engagement or whatever, I need to take a quick piss.
Hey, Base.
Yes.
This is a simulation, right?
Yes.
And I'm on my mech right now.
You guys are walking out across a long bridge into a bright white room. It seems to be several hundred meters in either direction. You can see your mechs alongside this metal walkway, and the cockpits are open with ramps leading down to it for you guys to be able to enter.
Given that I have a technology background, would I know anything about the interface connecting the mechs to the simulation? Could I say, I don't know, hack the simulation to give myself an advantage? Or maybe in my downtime have, once I knew about this, have created a device to hack the Wi-Fi signal to give me an advantage?
That is an interesting question. Let's go ahead and have you roll I don't know what that would be, some sort of...
It would be either invent or create or fix, hack, wreck, or both.
Fix.
What I missed while I was gone?
It would be Jackal's trying to skew the game in his favor. So go ahead and roll me a fix, hack, or wreck before you just throw numbers out there like that, or since you've already rolled. Go ahead and roll me 3d6 for your difficulty.
Oh, shit.
Okay. So firstly, your 3 and the initial 4 wouldn't count. So you had a 13 minus 4, which would be a 9. That is going to be a negative.
That is going to be a fail.
That is going to be a fail, as you did not break 10. Harrison Armory, you would be at the very least casually familiar with their name, and knowing that they have several pieces of work here in the Crucible itself. The think tank from Harrison Armory is partially responsible for the design of the Crucible itself. And if there's one thing that you've heard, the Harrison Armory does not fuck around. So this thing is built just like that, a tank.
So I probably didn't even get through the firewall.
You probably got like immediately rejected from because of the firewall. Yeah.
The firewall would have kicked me out, and I would have immediately scuttled the equipment I used to do it and pretended it never happened.
Right, like you would have gotten like warnings that if you attempt to do this again, that you are going to be kicked out of the program.
And then I throw the PDA in the microwave and fry it.
Right.
That microwave that just happens to just conveniently be there.
Right, the space microwave.
I mean, who's to say we don't have? Who's saying we don't have TV?
I'm
You could have also
imagining
just
there's
you
probably
could've
some
just put it in
mechanic with a
airlock
cup
and-
of ramen who's like, dude, I was gonna use that.
what the hell, man?
Hey, it was worth a try.
Okay.
I'm hungry.
So, you guys proceed to drop into your respective mechs as you walk out down the bridge, down the stairs into your respective cockpits, taking your seat. At this point in time, the Everest frames chassis begins to seal up around you. You can see the mech go dark for a moment before lights begin to start kicking on for the controls. And you can see a visual array begin to light up in front of you and begins to start assessing the area. You can see up in the right-hand corner there is a HUD that has individual ammo counts along with mech diagnostics, design work, and general information and operating information running and scrolling around the right-hand side. And then at this point in time, you guys can hear a voice through the intercoms on your individual mechs. Once you get all nice and cozy in there, go ahead and hit the green switch. Fire it up. Let's get your reactors going, and as soon as you do, we'll get the simulation running. Get cozy. This is going to be a hot one.
I'm gonna tap on the console and say, "Fire her up, Anubis."
Make sure I'm strapped in and hit the green button.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Before he even said that, Solomon had already hit the green switch.
Yeah. At this point in time, you guys can hear the massive churning of the reactor core beginning to fire up, and the mech begins to move and whir to life as you can see it stand up. The bridge that was initially connecting to each of the mech's respective cockpits begins to rescind, slowly drawing up each of the walkways before slowly backing away and receding back into the wall with which you guys had entered. And then, as soon as it does, you guys can begin to see the ground begin to change color. Each of the white tiles beneath you begins to slowly pour out sand in every direction, off to the right side and the left side. As you look into the horizons, you can see just that. It looks like the horizon of a desert on either side. The ground begins to shake. As you can see, plateaus begin to start rising up, a large archway connecting them. And suddenly, the battlefield presents itself. Okay, do me a favor really quick. See if you guys are able to click and move on each of your respective tokens. They are labeled, and I believe you guys should be able to see the names.
We're not on the token.
Yeah,
Oh,
thing.
I'm ahead of
still see
you. I'm
that.
ahead of you. Boom.
Ooh, a hex map.
You gave us actual names, but we can't control our things.
All right. Let me see if I can fix
We
that.
should rename these to our
You
mech's
can.
name.
You can rename those to your mech names. That's perfectly fine. All right. In fact, I would encourage you all to do so.
Because on the battlefield, we're our mechs. Oh, are we on like two separate divides of a canyon thing?
There is you see where these dotted lines are right here?
Mm-hmm.
It's a road going
This
underneath.
this is the archway that I was referring to. There is a archway that is above that. Let me go ahead and get all of you guys set up here really quick. And why is that not letting me? There we go. Oscar. Shepherd. Fucklord. And Ghost. Does everybody have access to their mechs at this point? You.
Weakest.
See.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, we should probably do red for our burn.
You guys, just to give you a quick rundown, we'll not only have to be keeping a check of your guys' hull, being your guys' hit points, I believe.
Oh,
No,
yeah, we need to
individual.
keep track of our structure and our heat cap, too, don't we?
Correct, yeah, your structure and your heat cap.
So I feel like heat cap should be in the red.
Yes, that would be the second bar. Right? No, third bar, I mean. Yes, third bar. So the heat cap should be your third bar. That means your structure should be your second one.
So max HP should be your first one.
Yeah, HP is your max HP. Bar 2 is your structure. And bar 3 is your heat cap.
And heat cap is just okay, heat cap.
I think that's a good way to keep track of that.
That sounds beautiful. And while you guys are doing that really quick, I'm going to be editing the tokens here. We'll get new ones later once we start moving away from the Everest frame.
So, how do you guys displaying your bars, or can you only see other people's bars and not your own?
I can see other bars.
You have to do number out of number.
Yeah, like 12 of 12.
0 of
You have
4.
to hit the little key thing where you change your name.
You have to use
Are you guys, for heat, are you doing 7 out of 7 or 0 out of 7? Since
0
you're
out
not
of 7.
You 0 out
Okay.
of 7. You build up to heat.
Gotcha.
You build up to your threshold of heat.
Wait, how do you have 7 heats?
Because he probably has something that gives him +1 heat. Maybe he went to engineering.
Yes, I want. Yeah, agility and engineering.
Okay.
I have no idea how the combat in this works, so yeah.
It's generally not too bad.
Also, real quick,
Mhm.
did we equip our?
Oh,
Your
we haven't
battery
equipped
that-
yet.
Oh,
We haven't picked
for-
weapons because we didn't pick weapons when we built the characters.
that's right. Okay. So I guess this would be an ideal time to go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead and find out what you guys would equip for your first round of
So,
simulator.
do we get a
simulations.
full set of weapons base?
You have there's a flex mount which can do 2 auxiliary or 1 main. There's a main mount and there's a heavy mount.
right.
So I've already got
So
mine
you guys will
set
get
up.
a full array of your available mounts.
Okay, I got my weapons set up. I got a heavy melee, a shotgun, and 2 auxiliary drone nexuses, and then I also have my engineer weapon, which is a CQB.
Okay, so where are you guys choosing this stuff at?
Second page of your character sheet.
The weapons
That says
tab?
weapons. Yep.
I'm selecting a thermal rifle.
Is there anything we're not allowed to choose from this list?
A lot. There's a.
Yeah, you can't choose most of this stuff.
Do you have the PDF, Ryan?
I do not have it open currently.
Okay,
Well-
let me go ahead and everybody else go ahead and list off what you have on your mechs while I am, if you've got shit labeled out already. While
right.
I'm pulling this up.
So I'm packing a thermal rifle, an RPG, and an anti-material rifle.
Didn't we already pick your weapons for you, Ryan?
We talked about it, but no, I again didn't understand clearly how the thing worked. So.
Yeah, I have no idea what weapons I can use or not or anything.
All right, it's going to be in the PDF. You'd be able to use the Everest weapons.
Correct.
The GMS.
Yeah,
GMS.
General Massive Systems. Yeah.
In the drop-down menu, you can go top to the thermal lance. If you don't have the PDF open or if it's inconvenient.
What page is it?
It starts on 144.
Thank you.
Is it 144?
Yep.
Correct. Let's see. Yeah, GMS mech weapons list. So you guys will be able to pull anything from the GMS weapons list. Once again, in the character sheet, that's going to be everything from the thermal lance above, starting with the anti-material rifle.
Assault rifle.
Assault
Or
rifle?
no, never mind.
Okay.
It was out of order because I selected that. In which case, I'm Greg doing assault rifle, charged blade, heavy melee.
Beautiful, beautiful.
If you have the does anyone else have the engineer feat besides me?
Doesn't sound like it.
Nope. Okay, good. Because that's a little more complicated.
Okay.
So who else needs to pick weapons?
I'm working on mine. So I noticed that like in the slots,
I'm working through mine too. I'm just
like you
trying
said like we can pick like one main, one heavy, and two ox, or
Yeah, or two mains and one heavy.
So,
That is correct.
yeah. Let's see here.
So how do you choose the two ox in the character builder thing if you're going to go with two ox?
It's automatically at the top.
It's listed in order. So the top one is the flex, so that's going to be your 2 ox, and it has 2 boxes. It's under the tab weapons in the sheet in the builder.
Oh, okay, yeah, okay, yeah, I'm dumb.
So you just pick 2 auxiliary weapons to go in the top 2 slots, and then you pick a main weapon to go in the middle slot and a heavy weapon to go at the bottom slot.
Let's see.
And I have no idea what most of these tags mean.
Okay, so I'm clicking on my main weapon here.
Okay.
So I've got the flex weapons I have, I guess, are 2 mortars, like one for smoke, one for the grenades, I
Are they
guess.
both auxiliary size?
Yeah,
Okay.
they should be. They're in the. Where do we see the size on those?
When you pick it in the character builder, it'll say auxiliary next to size.
Yeah, the mortar is a main launcher.
Oh, okay.
So
I
you
guess
said we get 2 auxiliary and 1 main?
In
2
one
auxiliary,
heavy.
1 main, 1 heavy.
So-
Oh, okay.
Or 2 main, 1 heavy.
That's
Yeah.
also true.
The flex is what allows the 2 auxiliary, or it could also be a main.
Yes.
I'm trying to figure out what counts as an auxiliary weapon then, or
It's
system.
listed.
I'm not seeing it. Is my issue.
Drone Nexus slide is auxiliary.
It says size/type. So it's the 3rd slot in the weapon.
He's just going off the builder, I believe.
Oh, okay. Well, what type of
auxiliary,
weapon are you trying to
the
get?
missile rack is auxiliary. Pistol is auxiliary. Tactical
Okay.
knife is
There's a lot
auxiliary.
of auxiliary weapons. What are you going for?
I was looking to see if there was some kind of a mortar or something I could use to pop like smoke grenades or something.
There
with.
are no.
None like that.
cannons.
Okay.
No, the smoke grenade is its own action.
Yeah, the
So, like,
smoke grenade
mortar-
is that thing you equip to your mech.
Right. Yeah. Okay. I get
The
it.
mortar
you-
just
you
has
can add-
1d6 explosive.
Yeah, you can either pick a thermal pistol, missile rack, or a drone Nexus.
Yeah, that's
Really quick. What's a drone nexus? Is that just like a drone control or something?
No, it's a smart weapon. It's an auto hit weapon.
Ah.
Well, you target their E-defenses.
Or you can forego the 2 auxiliary and just pick a second main weapon.
It would really help if you pulled up the PDF and actually looked at the weapons. It might make it go a little faster.
No, also,
No,
in
that's
people-
what I did,
in
real
terms
fast.
of talking for my weapons, I chose 2 missile racks, an RPG, and a heavy machine gun.
All right.
Your heavy weapon is not a mortar? What's wrong with you?
Roy, I told you I was going to go with the heavy machine gun because I'm a support gunner.
But the howitzer.
I don't care. I'd rather not blow up my allies.
That's fair.
That's fine. I'll take care of that.
But wait, you're a siege gunner. Come on now.
A siege specialist, and then they're also support gunners, Roy.
But the howitzer, Ryan.
Literally, the
Isn't
first
your
the first rank
character's
is
spec
the
for
first rank of siege
cannons?
specialist is select fire gunner, and that is with a cannon weapon, aka the heavy machine gun.
Wait, the
I
heavy
can
machine
do
gun is a
different
oh, it is a
effects like
cannon. No, wait,
Yeah,
no,
it
you're
is-
good.
it
Heavy
is-
machine gun's
it
a
is
cannon.
yes.
Again.
I was just thinking that it was a machine gun, which is a rifle, which wouldn't benefit from all your boost, but it's a cannon, so you're fine.
No, I literally picked I literally picked 3 launchers and cannon.
Good. That's building your character properly.
Okay. 1 second here. I'm pulling up the PDF.
Are there no main cannons? No, not for.
Not until
no.
you get to certain mechs, no.
Yep, there are no main
Or other
cannons.
companies.
It's all heavy cannons.
Okay.
Page 145 and 6. It's all the GMS weapons. Has everybody besides Chris picked their weapons?
Yep, I'm all set.
Size tag, missile rack, Ox launcher, QQ, pistol, Ox lines. Okay.
Base, would the simulation give us a pilot weapon?
Sure. We'll say that you guys were able to get a tactical knife and a pistol in order to whenever you were hard suiting up.
So that would be primitive melee and sidearm
light
kinetic.
sidearm. Yeah, kinetic sidearm. Yeah.
No, that makes sense. Primitive melee and sidearm kinetic.
Cool. Okay.
You pick those on your pilot tab.
Okay. I probably don't think those will come up too often in this simulation, but
yeah,
there is a distinct possibility that it could happen. So,
It's true.
all right.
Okay. So so I'm getting all my weapons picked. I've got it now. I've got my missile rack, a pistol, and an assault rifle. And for the heavy, I'll take probably that mortar I've been talking about. So.
Not a bad call.
All right. So up top where it says like heavy, and there's like a little dash. It's like an improved armament, flex, integrated weapon.
Those are like
Mount
feats. Don't worry
retrofitted.
about that.
Yeah,
Okay, don't worry about those.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, just
I'm just making
go
Just
sure.
for it.
pick your weapon. Yeah.
Yep. Okay, weapons picked. We are good. Solid.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So, at this point in time, I will go ahead and give a very quick rundown in terms of combat, so you guys kind of have, at the very least, the general gist of it. The way that combat works in Lancer is that, firstly, players and enemies alternate turns. So it will be a player turn, and then it will be an enemy turn, and then continue to cycle through as such. Some higher tier enemies may get extra turns, but for all of the low tier stuff, and for all intents and purposes for the simulations that you will be dealing with today, most everyone will just be alternating in their turn space. So, no players can, or no one player can take more than 2 turns in one, or more than 1 turn in 1 round. So you guys get to decide who goes first, who goes second, and choose somebody each time a player slot comes up. Does that make sense?
Every time, like we don't have to go in an order.
Correct. There's not a particular order, but you can only go once per round. So you guys can decide who's taking each player turn that's available,
AKA if on the first round, like let's say I went last, if we decided I could go first on the next round.
If you wanted to, you could go first on the next round. There's not a strict initiative tracker. It's a player slot and then an enemy slot, and then a player slot and then an enemy slot.
Oh,
we'll rotate
so one
through
player
that.
goes, one enemy goes, one player goes, one enemy goes.
And then
right?
you move through until you hit the next round of initiative.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
Everybody's following that
It's
so far?
always player,
Yes.
enemy, player, enemy, player, enemy.
Correct.
Right. Okay.
So we've got that. In terms of combat itself, you guys get a handful of actions that you are able to perform. Firstly, you will get a move action on your turn. You will be able to do this unless specifically stated otherwise for something for your mech. After your move action, you can move up to your mech speed. You can also move a portion of your max speed and then perform an action and then continue to move more afterwards. So you can break your movement up, okay? It's kind of like 5e. You can move part way, do a thing, and then move the rest of your speed. After that, you either get the option of 2 quick actions or 1 full action, okay? Full actions include things like barrage, full tech attacks.
Is there a page on the PDF with...
Correct.
It's page 90.
Page 90, and then I think that there is... Do you guys
91,
have...
sorry.
Do you guys have the tables for 1.8 available?
Yes.
Okay.
Pull that up.
That will be a godsend, and I believe in the journals I should also have basic quick actions, basic tech actions, and basic full round actions.
could you link
So-
that for me real quick?
Link.
I can drop a PDF that I've got in the chat right now. I can
wait,
just
look
drop
at
it.
that. Basic quick
I've
actions.
I've also got, yeah, like I said, if you guys go to your journals, I should also have just like a plethora of player resources that I thought might be useful for you guys. Some of them are super shitty because I didn't take the time to edit them. But it's got a general guide of things that you guys can do, along with stats and terminology glossary, overheating, structure damage, and general leveling up process.
Cool.
So if you guys ever need quick references, I've got some here. Otherwise, the tables for 1.8 are fantastic. I really recommend them.
So where are the tables at?
The tables, I believe Chris just sent a PDF. Is that
Yeah,
correct?
I'm working on it.
Oh,
Just
he's in the
one
process of it. Yeah.
second.
I probably also.
No, you're good. You good.
Okay.
I'm dropping it in the official right now.
Beautiful. So that is also a fantastic reference guide to basically everything in this game. So I would recommend looking over through all of that as well. I can't remember. I didn't look too terribly hard to see what's available in this, but okay. So you guys get either 2 quick actions or a full round action, I believe. Let me see here. Actions. You cannot duplicate actions. Okay, so if you do 2 quick actions, for example, you have to do 2 different quick actions. You cannot just hypothetically say ram something and then try and ram it again. You have to ram, and then you can make any other quick action, being skirmish, which is attack with one of your weapons from your mech. Boost, which is effectively like doing a dash action in 5e, where you get to move your speed again. Ram, you can try and knock something back or knock it down. Grappling, quick tech, and tech is primarily going to be for Roy and probably Edquist. So if you guys want to look over some of that, you're welcome to. You can make tech attacks. Anybody can, but I feel like those are the 2 that are going to excel at it the most. Hiding, self-explaining. Searching, also self-explaining. The full round actions, you've got Barrage, which you can attack with 2 weapons or attack with a single super heavy weapon. Okay? full tech, which allows you to perform 2 options from the tech list. Improvised attack, which is, punching something in the face, rifle butting it, picking up a tree and smashing somebody with a tree. Stabilize is an attempt to heal and cool down your mech. You get so many repairs per outing, essentially, per mission. That will include this one. Generally speaking, you can either use a stabilize action in combat or spend a short rest equivalent of sitting down and trying to do actual repairs on your robot. And then disengage. And then lastly, we're just about done with most of this stuff. We've got other actions, which include activate, which is activating a system or a piece of gear that requires something specific for your robot. Shutdown, which is a measure that you use to end system attacks, regain control of your AI once you guys get to the point where you guys have an AI, or NHP rather, and actually cool down your mechs. You can shut them down to try and do an emergency cooldown on them. Right. You'll also have to do occasionally boot ups to fire up your mech from shutdown. Mount or dismount, that is action as well. Self-destruct, which forces your reactor to go critical and explode. Prepare, which is hold a quick action for a specified trigger. So you can prepare your actions, like holding your actions in Dungeons & Dragons. And then lastly, overcharge. Overcharge is one that you guys are going to want to probably use liberally, but at the same time, keep in mind, what it does is it allows you to gain an extra quick action as a free action. Or gaining an extra quick action as a free action, yes. But it does cost you heat. I will find out the exact amount of that here in a little bit. And then the last 2 things that we're going to cover are going to be reactions. For your reactions, you guys have the ability to overwatch, which is make attack of opportunities. If they are within your threatened range and they attempt to move, you can proceed to overwatch reaction and make an attack against them. And
little X-Camey there, yeah.
Right. And then the other reaction that you can do is a little bit more unique to this one. It's called Brace. And Brace allows you to reduce damage that you would take. You would resist it. You would take half damage effectively on damage. And you can choose to brace after both I have attacked and I have rolled damage. So you guys get the full amount of information before you decide whether or not you want to brace. And the reason that that is the case is because while you do gain resistance to all damage from the triggering attack, and you increase the difficulty of all attacks made against you until your next turn, it does mean that you cannot take reactions until the end of your next turn. And on your next turn, you can only make 1 quick action. You do not get a regular move. You do not get full actions. You do not get free actions. You do not get overcharge. Okay? So bracing means that you're going to soak up a bunch of damage, but you can only do 1 quick action your next turn. Okay. And then again, all of this stuff, if you guys want to see it in depth, starts on page 90 and proceeds to go down until probably about page 100 or so, in quite a bit more depth than I got into here. So, with that said, is everybody ready?
Sure.
Yeah, let's do this.
Ready?
Ready.
Let's fucking do this.
Let's do this shit.
All right. So, let's go ahead and set you guys here. We got 1, 3. Do not worry about the names that I have associated with these. Like I said, it functions as player slot and then enemy slot. So where your guys' names are. You guys can choose whomstever goes and whatever position. So, the bridge retracts. Oh,
Really
sorry.
quick, sorry.
Yeah.
How do you determine initiative in this? Is it just a stat on the mech or random by the GM?
There is, unless you guys get ambushed, I believe, I'm going to double check this right now, but unless you guys get ambushed, I believe that Lancers, being you guys specifically, players always get first round initiative.
Yeah.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
so you guys will always go first, and barring specific circumstances. Like
Okay.
if somebody gets the drop on you and all of a sudden you guys are getting ambushed and fire's coming from everywhere, if you guys are like head to head, like going into a confrontation, you guys will always have initiative, and that so player slot will always be first.
Okay. Cool.
And in terms of turn order, it's us and then them, us and then them in that order, but in any order we choose, and they choose.
Correct. Exactly. Any of them can choose to come up in whatever order they so choose, and you guys can choose whatever order you would like to move in. Okay.
I'm ready.
Yeah.
So we're being
Alright.
ambushed. You said I missed the.
You guys are not being ambushed right now.
There was another question about turn order.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Well,
So-
we do get a bonus quick action round 1 of combat as an Everest, just so everyone knows.
Yeah. So first round of combat, I believe.
Yes, first round of combat. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. And that is your guys' mech ability there. Okay. So yes. Any other questions? Yeah. I guess I should clear the air of everything first.
Question about the terrain.
Yes.
These little outcroppings, like right here.
Okay.
How tall of terrain are we looking at
Fantastic.
compared
question.
to us?
That's a perfect question. Okay. So the stuff that is right here on the outcroppings near you guys, including this stuff down here. Let's see. Shift. Yeah. So that stuff that's immediately next to you guys.
I'm not seeing any pings.
It should just be a shift click for me, shouldn't it?
Click and hold.
Okay. Well, interesting.
Yeah, okay.
All right. Yeah, so all of those little outcroppings that you guys are astutely clicking on, those are all going to be, I believe, big enough for you guys to double check on movement. I believe those you guys can just climb up onto, and I do not believe those ones are probably about half as tall as your mech. So probably about your mech is probably about 20 feet tall or so, approximately, for a size one mech. So those are probably going to be about 10 feet tall or so. So you guys it'll take you like an extra square of movement to move up onto them. But you're not going to have to do any rigorous climbing for the lower tier stuff. Now, that said, the next tier up, being down
The
there,
light gray one.
yeah, the slightly lighter one that you would see there. That one from the tier above, you will have to climb up. I believe that the distance there is going to be 30 feet. From the ground up, so let me go ahead and make some notes here for you guys to be able to read.
So 30 feet from the ground, so 20
30 feet
from
30 feet from the next tier, or from the tier that they are on.
So 40 from the ground.
Correct. 40 from the ground.
So it's just a very big like plateau with a little devil's eye underpass thing. Gotcha. Okay.
And how high is the third tier from the second tier?
I'm glad you asked, Roy. Let me go ahead and get these. There's that.
And unlike our D&D games, when we upload these, it's going to have video. So, although I think I'm recording at 720p, so this first one's going to be a little...
God forbid.
It's just
Not
danger room.
anything with that.
What, Ryan?
Said not anything with that.
Oh, anything but 720p? Yeah. Non-HD master race.
Okay. And then let me see. Right. Here we go. Okay. The last one will be an additional 30 feet from there. Okay. Let me go ahead and double check with the moving cover, traversal, the terrain, and shit and things. Climbing. Okay, like difficult terrain, cost 2 spaces of movement for every space moved. So effectively, to stage up from each tier, once you get past the first one, it will take you guys, I believe, 3. No, it should be 2 or so. So two turns of movement. So that should be 4. 4 movement to get from one tier to the other after you get to the first one. Make sense?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
244.
244. You've got it. All right.
And who else can fly? Just
I can fly.
for when
I
we
can-
want to get complicated.
I can
I can
boost
fly.
my move speed, which is 4.
I can't fly, but like I have jump jets.
Yeah,
Yep.
jump jets. Yeah.
That's what I was talking about.
Yeah, I have them.
So you can also boost your move speed, which is you can fly. What's your speed? Probably 4. Yeah.
Everybody's.
Boosting is just moving according to the rule. So.
Yeah. Boost is what they call moving, and with jump jets you can fly when you boost.
Yeah.
So whenever you boost, you just fly your move speed instead.
Okay. So as you guys proceed to see the terrain begin to shift and change around you, forming this massive archway and these various plateaus, you can also see that the hard light is beginning to give way to various mechs. Immediately you can see them begin to start getting painted by the operators, designating them in red colors on your guys' view screen so you can see exactly what you guys are looking at. And note that these guys are not friendlies. Whenever you guys look at each other's mechs, you can see that there is a faint green outline above you guys with your call signs and designations and such.
Handy.
Yes. Okay. So, starting off, we can see a handful of these assault mechs beginning to start forming out of the hard light designs. And these guys. Okay.
So it would probably make sense for a ranged attacker to go first, so that they can shoot through this archway and try to hit them.
That's what I was thinking.
Yep.
I
Yeah,
was gonna
same.
break out my RPG.
Yeah, anyone with big boom affects multiple.
What range? They're about 14 hexes away. or
But I can
more.
move.
Yes. So you would need something. Is where we're at on the map where we have to be, or can we rearrange a little bit?
You can shuffle around your guys' selves. Let me go ahead and give you a deployment zone really quick so you guys can figure out exactly where. Let's go ahead and say that this general area right there, that will be your guys'
So could I be
deployment
right
zone.
here?
Yeah, sure.
Just to make sure everybody noticed, we've got 3 to the east and to the south.
Yeah.
Oh, there are 3 to the south.
Yeah, that's what I was positioning to.
Actually, the ones at the south, are they closer?
Yeah, I'm actually going to be heading to the south.
Well,
On my
since you're
I'll work on-
melee and I'm melee...
I'll work on the east.
I was just gonna fly on top of that rock and shoot him from high ground.
Yes, I think the people who fly should go to the east, and the people who can't fly should go to the south, and the people who can't fly go to the west or east. East, I mean. I'm good at
Directions
math.
where I use them.
So in that case, Dynamite, can you fly?
I cannot.
Then me and you should switch places.
Well, I was planning on hunkering down right about there.
Well, we need some people to fight the people to the east.
Yeah, that's what I was going to do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Dan's gonna need someone to take south.
So if I'm where you're at, I can immediately start fighting the people to the south.
Oh, so you need the extra room to get. You
Yes,
need the extra
I
movement to
need
get
to
there.
be where you
Okay,
are.
yeah, okay.
Thank you.
Okay. I think I'll probably take the ones coming in down the road and into the overpass.
It's going to be a
need-
3-way split, it looks like.
Yep. So we have one. I think what we should do, we have a couple of folks who are explosive themed mechs, yeah?
Yes, we got one going
That's me.
south
Okay.
and one going east currently.
Right.
Yeah.
So Dynamite, Spectre, and I should take the ones coming down the road, and then Strife, Hellstorm, and Jackal, you get the ones to the south.
That's the plan currently, because my plan's literally on my turn. Fly up on top of the rock and lay down covering fire.
Hey, Base, I have a question about one of my talents, the armament talent.
Okay.
Yeah, it gives me an ammo case of 6 limited. You can load special ammo when you fire a main weapon, expending a use of a shot. But it doesn't say if loading this costs an action. Is that just part of firing it, since it's one of my talents?
I believe so. Let me go ahead and take a look here at that really quick. And reloading. So let's see here. Talents.
It's the
And
Armsman rank 1 talent.
Okay. So the way that reloading works, in order to reload, you have to take the stabilize full action.
Okay.
Well, that's reloading. That's not part of his thing. His thing is he just fires one special bullet.
But I would have to load for certain weapons. I'd have to load a new.
Right, you'd have to load
Anyway.
your
Okay.
special clip in. Yeah.
Okay.
Correct.
That's not how I interpreted it, but that's okay.
Luckily, I can do 2 options from stabilize because I got the grease monkey talent too.
Which you said that was Armsman?
Armsman.
Let's see. Armament rank 1. You have a custom supply of ammunition. It can be used with all your main ranged weapons. The ammo case is limited to 6. Be destroyed by system. You can load special ammo when you fire. When you fire a main weapon, expending a use of the system and choosing. You can load special ammo when you fire a main weapon. I think you can actually just load it and fire it as part of your attack action.
As part of one of your shots in your weapon, yeah. That's how I interpret it. It's like
you can only load
putting one bullet
only
on.
load one type at a time. Ammo lasts for 1 shot.
Okay.
And
Yeah, so
as for the reload, you can do that 6 times, and then you have to stabilize to reload.
correct.
Where does it say your ammo capacity?
It's in the arms
The
in the
talent.
description. The ammo case is a limited 6 system.
The problem is
yeah,
I
no,
only
I
get
meant, like, in
only
general.
get 6 shots, 6 special shots. Then I have to go back to standard ammo.
Correct.
But you can do them at any point.
Right.
Correct. It's not like you have to switch out or anything. You can just, as part of your attack action, say, I'm going to use my armament and load my special shot and take my shot.
And
Um,
oh yes.
For one of my weapons, it's limited, so is that how much ammo it has?
Yes. If it
So,
says
do I roll
limited,
for that? Now?
what do you?
It's limited 1d6 plus 2.
Yeah, go ahead and roll for that now.
4. That's my CQB.
Okay.
Is that how much ammo it has, or is that how many shots it has, period?
That's how much ammo it has. You'll have
Okay.
to do a hard reload on that, I believe.
And none of my other weapons are limited, so does that mean they just have unlimited ammo?
I believe so, unless specifically designated otherwise. Most things have pretty large, like, power cells or,
That makes sense.
yeah, or large capacity ammo packs. Okay. So, any other questions? Everybody feeling confident?
I think
I'm good.
we got this. Now,
Cool.
who's going first?
Okay.
Okay, since Bones is the leader of the group.
Somebody who can hit with range
Yeah.
should go first.
Well,
Okay.
I've got something I can do real quick. And I remember Ryan, you said you want to get up there and start shooting shit. You wanna
Yeah.
get up high. I'm going to use one of my abilities as a free action, once per round.
Mm-hmm.
Once on your turn, I can give a command as a free action and give a D6 to you. And you can use that die as a +1 accuracy on any action that directly follows that command. So, essentially, he'll just be like, he'll just say, Hellstorm, get up there and start lighting them up! And you get a bonus to using your big explosives on those 3 down there.
I wasn't going to still use my explosives yet, but still, yeah. I'll light them up.
But,
I mean, you can choose not to, but you just don't get the bonus.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like,
you
I'm
only get
These
the
are,
bonus
these are
if
leader
you
perks
follow
that
his
he's
order.
throwing
Yeah,
down.
well,
Yeah.
he said light them up. He didn't say specifically with what. I was just using my heavy cannon.
Yes, shoot them.
Shoot them.
So I guess that means I'm going first after Doc then, or
Oh, no,
maybe. Maybe.
I mean,
it doesn't matter. Whenever
it's-
you do go, you
it's
get
a-
that bonus.
It's a free action, so would I have to do that like when I go, or can we just do it like at
Read
the
it to
start
me
of combat?
again really quick, because I think it
Okay.
did say on your
It
turn.
says on your turn.
Oh, on
Yeah.
my turn. Yeah, okay.
So if you want to go first, you can call a shot.
Yeah,
Sure.
let him go. Yeah, you
Yeah.
should go first for sure.
All right, so
And you do get a free action, a free quick action
okay.
as well.
Really quick, just this will help determine how I move. Is this the only point of entry underneath the overpass, or is it all pretty much clear underneath?
It is about 3 hexes wide, so
Okay, so
1,
like
2,
about-
3.
So there would be cover, about right there.
Correct. That would be cover over there, and same goes for the other side. If you start moving over in this row, that would also be cover. Let me go ahead, and I can.
Yeah, I got you. Okay.
Beautiful.
Yep. So, so he'll say that as kind of his free thing, and you get your special D6.
okay.
And Doc's going to kind of just start ka-chunking his way up over here for the movement. Let me see really quick for the action shit. Using a grenade is like one of the quick actions, right? I find the stupid thing that lists it all here. It's
I think that counts as attack.
yeah, basic quick
Okay.
action would be attack with one weapon from your mech. Okay, so yeah, I'll do that. I will just after taking cover, I'm going to pop smoke back here and try to like lay down some cover for y'all. The smoke blast 3. So everything within 3 of this let me just draw a little thing here. So everything within this radius is now considered light cover. And that, or is that like how that works? Like, is it just 3 squares, 3 spaces?
Yeah, it should be 3
Hexes.
3 hexes out in either
Yeah.
direction.
Yeah.
And
So essentially, everyone in there has light cover now. So it's going to be harder for them to shoot y'all. So.
Correct. That will add difficulty to their shots coming at you.
Yep. Question for you, Base.
Yes.
Cone 5, is that 5 squares directly in front of me, or is that like 5 squares in a designated location?
Cones. So it is directly in front of you. It starts.
Cones
Yeah,
are
it's
like
like
a
a-
triangle.
Yeah.
It's like using burning hands or something like that in
Yeah.
Dungeons and Dragons, or fire breath. It's literally a cone right in front of you, out to the distance, and then it should be approximately as wide at the end as well.
So a
Given-
cone 5 would look something like that.
From my direct location.
Yes.
Correct.
Which means if you move up, you could definitely cone 5 all 3 of them.
Well, I would have to actually get off the cliff if I'm going to cone 5 them, because they're actually at 5 spaces.
Yes, you would have to
Right.
move quite a bit more than just 1 step.
Correct.
I mean, that's fine.
Let's see here. Perfect. I was actually just getting ready to ask you
There's
somebody.
your smoke cover.
That's only 2 squares, by the way.
So it's 1 space out.
I was counting the original space. So
It'd be 3. So, yeah, there you go. Well, 1 more in the other direction too. It doesn't
Jeez.
matter. It's fine.
You fucking happy yet, Roy?
No. It's still wrong. It's okay. It's okay.
I don't care. It's close enough. Okay. All right. So, god damn it. Doc had popped his smoke grenade to give you guys light concealment, and has issued his order to Hellstorm. Was there anything else that you would like to do?
I think that's all I can do. I get an extra quick action, though, right?
You get an extra quick action, and then I believe was your command quick action, or was that a
Command
free
is
action?
It's a free,
free
it's a free
action.
action. Yeah.
Correct.
So right
So
now,
all you've done is move so far.
So all you've done is move and then
And
popped
pop the
your.
So I get
Smoke.
one more quick. So I will.
no, you still have either 2 quick or a full, because you got a free quick.
Right.
Oh.
So
Oh, shit,
your
okay.
your Everest gives you a free quick action on the first round of combat. So if you want to, that could just be you popping your smoke back there.
Okay.
And then your actual round would consist of either 2 more quick actions or 1 full round action.
Okay.
Which means you can shoot right now.
Yeah. Okay. So what I'll do is just try to just get the party started. I'll fire a full round attack. My mech's got the missile rack. I'll fire from the missile rack and use the assault rifle for that. And it's range 10 on both. Okay. So definitely. So I have to roll the d20s on that. So it would be missile
so-
rack. Oh yeah, go ahead.
So for attacking, you should be rolling your d20, and then adding your grit to it, which will be half
Okay.
your level rounded up, which should be 1 at this point.
Right.
And let me see here.
We're
You're looking to beat 10. If you do more than 10, depending, like scaling upwards, you can have potentially better effects. But
Okay.
ideally, you're wanting to shoot past 20s. If you can get past 20s, 20 or above, that is,
It's
you
a critical, right?
then you start doing criticals.
Gotcha. Okay. So this is just me kind of like throwing the smoke, then kind of stepping out around cover, shooting some missiles, and kind of just hip firing with the assault rifle to try and just get them to duck down, break up, or, not have them shooting at solely my teammates. So missile rack first. Oh, damn it. Okay, let's try that again. Let's try that again. I was trying to just have it like labeled missile rack, then roll it. Okay. So that's a 12.
12 will hit. Which one were you? Let's see,
12.
those are the missile racks. You've got the blast radius on them.
Yeah,
correct?
blast 1. I was just aiming for the front guy, so it'll hit everything right there.
Okay.
And so it's a 1d3 plus 1, so I'll just roll a d6. And we'll divide by 2.
Perfect.
Plus 1. Okay. Oh, that's... Okay. So that's a 4 damage.
4 damage. Okay.
And you can actually roll D3s.
Oh, that's right. I can't.
Yeah, you just type it in.
Silly. Yes, I forget. Digital tabletop. Okay, and the assault rifle, range 10. That's make the separate attack for that, I guess. Or is it just one attack for the free or for the full round, or do I have to do individual attacks?
So if you are using the barrage action,
Yes.
you get to make, I believe, an attack with your. Let's see. You can attack with 2 weapons or 1 super heavy. So you would roll your attack for each of those, and then roll damage for each of those.
Roger.
Correct.
Okay, so here we go. Assault rifle. No. But that was mostly, the missiles were just mostly to do that. The assault rifle's just additional,
I think the assault rifle has a bonus where.
Yeah. Assault rifle is reliable too, so you always deal 2 damage minimum. Hit or miss.
Okay, yeah, so then they'll just aiming at the front runner as well, he'll take an additional 2 damage.
Okay. Let me go ahead and make a note of that here. And then I'm trying to see if there's anything that I am missing there.
Base, I thought we were level 0.
We are.
So half of 0 rounded up would be 0 for grit, wouldn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, but I feel like... Is it 0 grit right now?
Yeah, we have 0 grit.
Okay.
So it's just flats? Okay, well.
Okay.
Would have hit on the missiles either way, so.
Yeah, and it doesn't impact.
Alright. I feel like there's one thing that I'm missing here really quick, and I want to try and make sure that I get this down, because it's going to be important here in a second. Let's see. Let's see. Grit versus evasion. Okay. Okay, that's what I needed to know. So you're actually, just for future reference, both of those attacks might have hit. No, just the first one. So you don't roll flat rolls on this. You roll against the target's evasion, which is basically their AC. Your first one does hit. Your second one misses. And armor soaks up a couple of damage for each of them. Okay. Okay, cool. So, with that then, you've popped your smoke grenade. You've proceeded to take a full barrage full round action. And you moved. So, with you done, we're going to go ahead and move along here. I'm going to go ahead and tell you what, whenever you guys make your attacks and rounds, if you would remember to do so, go ahead and put a little blue dot on your character.
Yes. Good call.
Yeah, no, just because that will help us remember who has moved in initiative turns and who has not.
Makes sense.
So with that, this guy is not very pleased that you have begun to start bombarding them. So he's going to take a couple of steps forward here, and let's go ahead and move him right there. And I made him weird shaped.
Delete him and copy one of the other ones. That's awful.
Oh Jesus,
you
he
fixed
got
it.
really
Never
fat
mind.
for a second.
Fix it. Yeah, he stress eating.
The simulation malfunctioned for a second.
Right. Simulation's glitching. All right. So with that, let's go ahead and return the favor. You can see. Let's see. Line attack 8. That might not be. I think you guys might be too low with that. Yeah. All right. We're gonna go ahead and just do a barrage action as well here, and we're going to try and pop a couple of shots here at Doc. All right.
This
So
is rolling against the evasion here.
this will be going against your evasion.
Okay.
So the first attack here, you can see it's assault rifle arm raise and begin to start taking shots at you. That's a gnarly start. Okay. So let's go ahead and that's actually supposed to be with let's see, does he have full line of sight on you? Let's see here. Snap to corner. He's probably going to be the one he has the best bet with. It looks like he will just have full light of sight on you.
Okay.
So he is going to get an additional d6 because they roll with a base accuracy of 1. So that's going to be a total of 26 for their crit. So firstly, you're going to take 7 points of kinetic damage.
Okay.
Reduce it by your armor value.
Which is probably
Okay, my
0.
armor is.
I don't think it should be
It's
0.
underneath your speed. My armor is 0.
Yeah,
Oh,
my
is it?
armor's 0. Yeah.
Oh, classic. Okay.
Okay, so I take 7 damage. You said.
So you'll be taking 7 points of damage.
Okay.
Let's see here, and you will also be taking a crit. Critical. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Page. Up this. That's not helping me. Do I have a quick sheet here? I realized that. Okay. This book is not the most conducively laid out. I need to make a critical table. Okay.
We'll have to make a couple of resources.
Yeah, that's fine. That's not it. That's not it. Just give me a critical hit table.
Critical, you cannot gain HP or repair. Make a structure check each time you take damage. No, that's when you are critical. Never mind.
Yeah, that's whenever you were specifically critical.
Critical hits. On any total ranged or melee attack, roll of 20 plus. The attack is a critical hit. Roll all damage dice twice and choose the highest result.
Ah, okay, perfect. There we go. It's not nearly as bad as I thought. Okay. So then let me go ahead and see here. Let's see here. What's the... Actually, I have a table for that. Heavy assault rifle. Sorry, guys. I should have been slightly more prepared for this.
No, dude, you're good. It's all right.
This is your first time running it, too. It's our first time playing it, your first time running it. Anyone who watches this will understand that.
Yeah, it'll certainly get more smooth as we...
And if they don't get it, they can get out.
They can stop watching.
Fuck right
Hey,
off.
fuck. them.
Yeah, Clytus.
Fuck, hey, you don't know my name. You don't know my name. The only person on here who knows my name is Claytus is Ash. And she would never betray my trust by telling one of you losers that.
Allegedly.
Right, Ash?
As she's sending a Snapchat with like, training with my buds, hashtag Cletus.
She knows I'll murder her. While he figures that out, I think I should go next because I can paint a target with lock on, giving Hellstorm a bonus +1 accuracy, so he can really fuck up whoever we aim at. Oh wait, no, he already gets an accuracy bonus, doesn't he?
He has 1 at the moment.
Do those stack?
Well, I mean,
Yes, you can apply multiple accuracies to things. The way that works.
Accuracy, that would be where he does more damage, or he
Well,
rerolls his damage, right?
I don't know if the skill I'm planning to use actually involves accuracy.
Why? Why wouldn't it?
I mean, all this is like it talks about, like using any of the following fire modes adds +1 difficulty to the attack roll. But the one I'm planning on using attacks in the cone 5, so I guess when I roll like an individual accuracy roll for a target.
Actually, so it adds +1 difficulty, but you have +1 accuracy, so it would cancel out. So you would just be rolling normally. But if I lock onto them, you'd still be rolling with +1 accuracy, so you'd be able to use your ability without the downside.
Gotcha.
Correct.
So let me go before you, so I can paint the target.
Okay. Here we go. So D6. Okay. So D6K1, so that is going to be 4. Okay. So instead of the 7 dot, go ahead and heal yourself up 3. You're going to take 4 points of damage from that one.
Okay, cool. I'll get to that in a sec. I'm just getting some water.
Okay. Yep, that's fine. Okay. And let's see. We'll go ahead and take that second shot at you since we're doing a full round action. Let's see. D20 plus 2. Does a 9 hit your evasion offhand? Do you know, Doc?
Does not.
Evasion starts at 10.
Perfect.
No, it doesn't. Wait, no, it doesn't. Evasion starts at 8. I lied.
Ah.
Yeah, my evasion is at 10, so no, it does not hit me.
Did you put points in agility?
Mm-hmm.
Ah.
Atta babe. Okay.
All on agility. That's what I put mine in.
So you have a bonus move speed too.
Yep.
Beautiful. All right.
Move speed 4 for me.
Oh, you should have move speed 5 if you put 2 points in agility.
I put 1.
Oh, well,
I split it.
Why. Yep. Okay.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Okay. So player turn. Who do we got?
I should go. So
I
because I can paint the target for Hellstorm so that he can use his ability without any negative and gain a benefit. Because right now he's using it with no negative. When I paint the target, he'll have a benefit. So I think I should go.
Correct.
Agree?
That sounds good to me.
All right. So I am going to break my character sheet. So I get the free bonus action. So you said it's just a 1 move to move onto this platform?
Correct.
So it basically doesn't heat us at all.
Oh, sorry. 1 additional movement just to get up on there. So it's
so
2 movement.
2.
Yeah. But you don't actually have to spend your time like climbing up on there. You guys can step on there. It's just difficult terrain essentially.
Yeah.
Okay, so wow, flying is literally not going to help me here because it'd still be 2 movements to fly. Because it would fly up 1 square and then fly forward 1 square. Anyway, so I'll fly up a square, move forward to here. That's 2, 3. Is it still difficult to go down?
No. You guys can just drop down off that.
Oh, I'm flying. I'm going to move to here and move to this other plateau. 4.
Ah, okay.
So I'm standing on this little plateau.
So wait, flying up.
Were you boosting or were you just
boosting.
walking? Okay. So you're using one of your quick actions to boost.
I'm using my free quick action to boost.
All right. There we go.
Wait, walking can be a non-action?
Walking is considered just a move action, and you get a move action independent of your other actions.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Wait. So you can boost and then move?
You
Correct.
can move
You can
and then
move
boost
it.
or boost and then
Yeah.
move. Yes.
Correct. Yeah.
All right, well, in
Boosting
that
is like a
case-
dash action in 5e.
Oh, that
In
makes
that
more
case,
sense.
I'm gonna land here, and then I'm gonna move 1, 2, 3. I'm assuming this little thing in front of me is gonna prevent me from moving there. I'll stay here. And then so that's my movement action and my free quick action, and then for my turn, I'm going to use a full tech action,
Okay.
and I'm going to where's all my tech abilities?
There should also be a.
There is. Just give me 1 sec. So first, I'm gonna lock on to this guy furthest from me. So I make a tech attack against the target in range. My range is super big, so it doesn't matter. And
Yeah, what is your sensor range, just so I know that?
12.
12? Oh, God, yeah, okay.
So I make a tech attack. So that's just 1d20 plus my tech attack, right?
Should be, systems.
I have a tech attack bonus.
Then yes.
So, and is there any other bonuses to it besides?
No, you shouldn't have any accuracy or difficulties involved on this attack specifically.
14 against E defense.
14 will beat their E defense.
Okay, so my pilot ability kicks on, hacker. When I consume, that's if you consume a lock on as part of a tech
Correct.
act. Well, that's fine because I think I don't want to consume a lock on. I want to keep the lock on. So instead, let's ooh. That changes what I want to do a little bit, so. What's impaired do?
Let's see here. I've got a sheet for that. Statuses and
Oh, and you might want to designate this guy as locked on. So
I
what
can't
lock on
do that.
means for everybody is you can consume the lock on to gain +1 accuracy when shooting at him.
Why didn't you target the middle guy though?
Because I wanted to target the guy furthest away from me.
impaired. +1 difficulty on all actions, attacks, and skill checks.
Okay. Well, I'm also going to go ahead and fragment signal / feed misinformation to the same guy. So
You are locking onto him.
20.
20. Okay.
I'm not using my lock on, so he's still locked on. So he's impaired. I guess the crit doesn't do anything because it just happens until the end of their next turn.
Beautiful.
And that is my full turn.
Alrighty.
He also should gain 1d3 heat.
I have to consume a lock on to make him gain the 1d3 heat.
Do you?
Yes. I have to use a tech attack and consume the lock on to make him gain 1d3 heat. I read that just now. It says when you consume lock on as part of a tech attack.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I would have to have used it, and the only reason I put it on him was so that Ryan could use it. So.
No, in order to do you're doing the fragment signal, right?
Yeah, but I'm not consuming the lock on.
No, I know, but it's under invade. It's part of invade. Make a tech attack against a ranged target. On success, target takes 1d3 heat, and you choose one of the following: fragment, signal, aggressive code, or attack system.
Oh, wow!
Shit, yeah,
I missed
okay.
that first part. Yeah, he
Roll
takes 1d3 heat.
roll a d3.
Thank you so much. 3.
Look at the brain on Edquist.
Thank you, Edquist.
Yeah.
This is why
It's
we're ride or
because
die.
I've been studying the tech attacks because I'm probably.
You're a smart motherfucker, aren't you?
All right. Beautifully done. Beautifully done. All right then.
Although actually, in that case, I changed my mind a little bit. Instead of having him be impaired, I actually want to go for the throat and inflict an additional. No, fuck it. I'll leave him impaired. Never mind. I'm good. My turn's over.
Okay.
I realize he's not going to be around very long for the heat to matter.
Yeah, not terribly. Right. So then, after that, let's go ahead and have.
Oh, the crit means that I could have re-rolled my 1d3 heat if it was not a 3.
Correct. You can roll 2 of those and then you keep the highest one.
I'll roll another 3.
Nice. Atta babe. All right. So then let's go ahead and this guy right here is going to proceed to move up on you, Jackal. You can see it reach down and proceed to pull out a rather large combat knife. And it is going to go ahead and take this opportunity to
Stab me.
Stab.
Listab. Ooh, that is going to be a 9 coming at your evasion.
That hits my evasion.
That will hit your evasion. Okay. So you can see a glancing blow as this thing reaches out and proceeds to carve at Anubis, scratching the metal slightly. It's going to do 5 points of kinetic damage.
Did they just do flat damage?
Yeah, they generally do.
Oh, I guess all the
Unless-
do flat damage. Don't they?
Unless they crit.
Yeah. And then somehow they can roll worse, apparently. But anyway, and then let's go ahead and oh, we're gonna go ahead and try and stab you again. Why not? It's a good day to be stabby. For another 9 coming at you.
Also hit, so take 5 more, right?
Take 5 more.
Oof, I've almost lost my HP in 1 armor.
Okay. So then, after that, player turn. You guys are up.
I think probably time for either someone who's going to attack the east side or Hellstorm if he's going to light up that locked on target. What do you guys think?
I was going to go down and light up these guys because.
Light them up.
Yeah. Hey, question for you, Base.
Yes, what's up?
So, let's see, talents. Does it only activate once per, or do they kind of activate based on the condition?
Condition.
Yeah, it's conditional.
Okay. So, like, cause, like I have one for Tactician, which is Opportunist. Once per round, gain +1 accuracy on any attack roll if at least one ally is in melee engagement.
Yeah,
I
but
like
you don't want to hit this guy. You want to hit this guy.
Well, Roy, if I'm firing a cone 5, I want to be hitting all 3 of them.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
That's why I'm asking if, like, the cone would apply the +1 accuracy on the melee target.
It would.
Correct.
Okay.
Good call there.
So let's see. First things first, I guess I'm going to see.
It costs you 2 movement to get on the ledge, so you only have.
Well, I was going to free quick action boost.
Yeah. It still costs 2 movement to get on the ledge.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Even though you're flying?
Yeah, because you have to fly up 10 feet and then forward. So either way, it's taking 2 movement to get on my ledge.
Gotcha. So let's see, it means I can only move 3 spaces forward if I decide to drop down.
Yes, you can only move to where, like, here or...
So I'll boost there. Yeah, I need to be right there for the cone to hit successfully.
It's a cone 5?
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, it already hits...
Well, I'm saying, like, where the center of that line starts where I'm starting.
Oh, yeah,
Because if I do it where I'm at right now, I'm going to hit you.
What? For one, if you do it where you're at right now, you wouldn't even hit the enemies.
Yeah, the back ones, exactly.
So you're gonna have to do 2 quick actions as your turn. Is the cone a full round action?
The way it describes is select fire gunner once per round while attacking with a cannon weapon. You can choose the following fire mode, taking +1 difficulty on an attack roll.
So you can do you can use a quick round action fire.
Is your cannon a super heavy weapon?
No, it's
We
just
don't
heavy.
even have super heavy weapons yet.
Yeah.
Okay.
There was
It's
one
just-
available.
Yeah, it's just a
But
heavy
we don't have a
machine
super
gun.
heavy mount.
Also, that boost was a free action, so you still have your full turn. Your full.
No one
Yeah.
has a super heavy mount. A super heavy mount it takes up a main and a heavy mount.
Oh.
Ah.
And we don't have any available. But yeah,
There's one, but no one. It's
So I'm allowed to what, like, exactly?
You're
so
allowed
I-
to move 4 more feet, and then you can fire.
And then once I do that, my turn's up.
Yes.
But you can do a barrage. You can fire 2 weapons.
No,
it can't be the same weapon
barrage
twice.
is a four
Well, he
round.
could have walked the first.
Right.
That's the move
Right.
action.
So you get
And
a
he
free.
still has 2 quick actions and a.
We get a free quick action still.
Correct.
Yeah, but he had to move more than just one action. Oh no,
Yeah,
he
but-
has his walk speed. Duh.
Yeah.
You can walk
Yeah,
4
you-
squares.
Okay, yeah, that's yeah, I
Correct.
walked. Yeah.
Duh.
So that means I can still barrage
Boosted,
if I want to.
boosted up over that, and then walked up here. Yeah.
And barrage, but you can't fire the same weapon twice, right?
Correct.
Duh. I keep forgetting that boost is not how you get it. Nice. So now.
So I guess I'll do a. Well, okay. Question. Let's see what is it? Let me find the thing I'm looking for.
There's your command five.
The shield type 1. You can choose to activate this protocol at the start of your turn. Oh, I have to activate at the start of my turn. Whoops. Is that a quick action or no to activate the shield?
Go ahead and read it to me really quick.
You can choose to activate this shield, the shield protocol at the start of your turn. Nominate an enemy. You can see all the enemy's ranged or melee attacks against you are made at +2 difficulty. Okay, well I couldn't even activate it anyways because I had to be able to see them.
You could see him. You're taller than the plateau you stepped on.
Okay.
Yeah, your
Okay,
mechs
well-
are like between 15 and
So
20.
yeah,
feet
all
tall.
the enemy's ranged or melee attacks against you made at +2 difficulty until the start of your next turn. But your ranged or melee attacks against them are also sort of. Oh, okay. So I don't want to use it anyways because I also suffer the same penalty. But would that just in case though, would that be a quick action or is that a free action?
I think that's a free action. At the beginning of your turn, you can just designate somebody.
Yeah.
That sounds like a free action to me.
Okay. Well, okay, so I will barrage, I guess, and for my cannon attack, I'll choose saturation fire. Your weapon fires as a cone 5, but deals half damage. So that means against the melee target, I roll with +1 accuracy. Against Roy's locked on target, I roll +1, and against the middle guy, I just roll neutral.
Yeah, because your thing adds -1, and then you get +1 from Doc.
Yeah, and then +1 from the guy being in melee range, and then
Yes,
+1
yes.
from
Right.
your target that you marked.
Do you get any bonuses for consuming lock-on? One of your abilities might give you something.
No.
Okay.
Well, I mean, I have a bonus for consuming lock-on for Stormbringer.
Yeah. So you just consumed a lock-on. What does it do?
Well, that's only for launcher weapons.
Ah, and this is not a launcher weapon.
Yeah.
Correct. Okay.
I mean, I was going to be attacking with a launcher weapon next, but
Well, if you consume the lock-on with the launcher weapon, you get that bonus, whatever it is. If it's useful, you might want to save the lock-on for that.
yeah, sure. I'll save the lock-on for the launcher for the second attack. So
Okay.
I won't get the +1. I'll just attack neutral on him. Okay, so how does this work? Just roll a flat d20 +1.
Plus bonuses. You might not. Plus
Roll-
0 for grit. So.
Right. Roll individually for 2 of them. Roll individually for each of them, actually.
Okay, so what?
Just roll d20.
Okay,
Yeah. So yeah.
and the melee guy, do I add +1 of that or something?
No.
You'll-
The melee
for-
guy
for
will
him,
add
you
plus
will be-
1d6.
Correct.
So I'm rolling for the melee one. Oof, that's not good.
Roll a d6.
Hey.
That will hit the first one.
So that's gonna be the
So-
guy in
so-
melee range of Roy.
Okay.
This is for the middle guy,
Okay. That will also hit.
and then this is for the left one.
Sweet action. All of those will hit. All right. Go
And now I
ahead.
rolled. Now,
Yeah.
did I roll the second weapon, or did I just roll the damage for the first
Do the
weapon?
damage.
Let's go ahead and do the damage first.
All right. So let's see it. So I just roll the 2d6 plus 2 and then half it.
Yes.
Correct. Are those?
Well, the heavy machine gun is 2d6 plus 2.
Then roll it. Yeah.
Yeah. 2d6 plus 2.
Just 5 damage.
All right.
Did I roll for individual, or is that across
That's
all of them?
it's barrage. So
Yeah, it's barrage. It's gonna do damage to all of them.
All right. And then,
1
Oh.
and 6.
and then I'll roll my second attack, I guess, against the locked-on target.
It's the lock-on target. All right, so we're
So you-
consuming the lock-on there, so you get a additional accuracy to that. So go ahead and roll and add a d6 to whatever your roll is as well.
Okay.
And what bonus do you get for consuming a lock-on with that weapon?
With the launcher weapons, when you need one round when you consume lock-on with an attack from a launcher weapon on a hit, your target is also knocked prone.
Okay.
Now, does Doc's accuracy bonus also apply to this missile
No,
attack?
because you only get it once.
Yeah,
Okay.
correct.
I'll be right back.
Okay.
So 1d20, and then 1d6.
All right. And that will, as you said, you can see the barrage come out of your launcher, exploding and causing him to fall backwards onto the ground.
All right, and then I roll damage for that, right?
Yes. Wait, was that not the? Oh, that was your accuracy. Never mind.
Yeah.
Would that
Yeah,
make it a
so-
crit?
That is a crit. So you will roll double damage and take the highest for each dice.
Okay, so I just roll two 1d3 plus 1s.
Is it initially just 1d3?
It's initially just 1d3 plus 1.
Okay, so roll another d3 then.
So roll two 1d3s then.
It doesn't matter because you max it out.
Yeah, I literally did. 2 crits.
Beautiful.
So it does just 4 damage.
Yeah, and they also have blast 1 because it's a missile rack.
What does
So the guy next to him.
Beautiful. All right.
So those guys both took a lot of damage.
Let me go ahead and take a look here really quick at this guy, because he might be getting his shit rocked pretty well.
I think they all will. 'Cause I don't know, how does blast damage work? Is the target that takes a blast damage, does he take full damage or half damage?
I believe they take full damage. Give me
Yeah,
one-
so the back two guys literally took the same amount of damage. Which would be a whopping total of 8 plus 5, so
It
13
says to make
damage.
separate attack rolls for each target caught in the area.
Oh,
Okay.
so you need to
Fast.
roll against the guy next to him. Just
Okay, go ahead and do that real quick
oh, so I have to roll for the blast again for the
yes,
blast
you have to
against
roll
the-
Correct.
to see if the blast.
for each individual target.
You'll probably hit though. Come on, I believe in you.
Okay, no, I was just curious because I know that the missiles had that blast effect. I didn't know if I had to roll for the actual
Yeah, just go ahead and
explosion.
roll it real quick.
It's all of the tags that are basically meaningless are like 3 chapters back.
Oof, that will also hit.
Oh yeah.
But he takes the same damage.
Right.
Okay, so he takes full damage. I just had to roll to make sure he hit him.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
So yeah, those two back two just took 13 damage.
Beautiful. All right. Anything else? Let's see. Free action boost. Barrage.
Barrage, move, free action boost. I think it's my full turn.
Okay. You do still have. I think you only moved 1 square. You do have additional movement if you would like to use it. Otherwise, you are welcome to stay exactly where you are.
I'll just stay where I am. I'll put a blue dot next to myself.
Okay.
Or yeah, you did it for me. Cool.
All right. I should have marked this guy. Okay. All right then. Let's go ahead and This guy is going to go ahead and start making his way forward. And let's go ahead and boost up here. 3 and 4. Yeah, this guy's going to boost up at Doc. And he's going to go ahead and proceed to pull out his combat knife and attempt to make some carvings of you. But that will miss, I believe.
If I remember correctly, he's evasion 10.
Yeah, that sounds right. Boost, move, attack. So the blade narrowly misses the target and does not find a purchase. All right, player turn. Looks like we've got 3 people left in round.
Dynamite Inspector should definitely go.
Yeah, I'm going to. So, quick question. This little spot right here, what square would I need to be in for that to constitute cover? Because they're all kind of, or is it too narrow for me to fit in either of those spaces to get cover?
It's probably too narrow in that general area. You could probably get. I would say that, hypothetically speaking, you could probably move there, just because of the angle of where this is thing at. You could hide there and be able to get some cover. You would get, I believe, light cover from that, because they would only be able to see part of your square.
You have light color cover currently, just so you know.
Correct.
Yeah. Kind of want to get in range, though.
I accidentally put my call sign instead of my name on my name. Whoops.
It's all good. You know what? That guy is engaged in melee. I'm gonna fuck him up sideways.
Does someone else have tactician?
So I'll go for my free quick action. I'm gonna boost over here, kind of take cover behind that outcropping.
Beautiful.
And we're gonna fire my thermal lance.
Ooh.
Or not my thermal lance. My what is it called?
Anti-material rifle.
Thermal rifle.
Thermal rifle.
Dan, you could have just walked over there and saved your quick action.
Yeah, you could barrage and skirmish, so fire 3 weapons this turn.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll do that. I'll walk over there. So for skirmish, I think I did this against the guy hitting Doc. I also have tacticians, so I get the once per round. I get an advantage.
Okay.
Actually, 1 accuracy, so I get a +1 to that. Correct?
Plus 1d6.
Okay. I'm gonna save that. So I'm just gonna go with my thermal rifle for a skirmish. As a 9.
A 9 will hit.
Okay. So that's 4 damage, and it's also armor piercing.
Ooh. All right.
And then
okay.
I'm going to do the what's it called? The barrage. The
barrage. Yep.
Shoot with everything.
Yep. You get to shoot with 2 weapons. Yep.
Okay. I'm going to fire my thermal rifle again at him.
Okay.
Ooh, look at that. So that's a 20.
That is indeed a 20, so that will be a crit. So go ahead and roll me another d3 and take the higher of the 2.
for another 4 armor piercing damage.
Beautiful.
And now, oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say you can see the thermal rounds proceed to pierce through these heavily armored assault mechs. So the glancing blows that they would have been receiving beforehand seem to be taking significantly more damage thanks to the armor-piercing capabilities of the thermal lance, the thermal rifle.
Cool. And now I'm going to use my AMR.
Okay.
Which is an accurate weapon, and I'm going to use the +1 accuracy for an extra +1. So I'm rolling. So I'll just roll the standard attack, and then I'll add 2d6 to it.
2d6, and you keep 1. You keep the higher of them.
Oh, okay. So there's that.
That is gnarly.
Another 20. So hang on, and then just out of curiosity, 1, 2. So 24.
Beautiful. All right, go ahead and roll those damages again. You can take the higher of either of them.
So I've already got a 7 and a 9.
You can take a 4 and a 6 if you'd like.
I will take the 6.
Okay. You roll all of the damage dice twice. Sorry, and then you keep the highest of either set. So you would roll the first damage die twice, and then the second damage die twice.
Oh, okay. Instead of just rolling the set twice?
You know what? It might actually just be the rolling the whole fucking set twice. Let me see here.
Yeah, you roll the full damage twice.
And then you just take the highest
The highest
whichever
total
one's
result.
highest.
Yes.
The highest total result. Okay, cool.
At least that's how I interpreted it.
Okay.
We'll run with that for now. And let's see, that was this guy.
So I'll take
here.
the 9.
Okay.
Yeah, that was a guy attacking Doc.
Okay. Okay. This mech is not looking good from that assault. You can see smoke and whirling off of it.
So
And
how does structure damage work?
structure damage, I was actually just pulling that up. Let's see. So, player mechs have 4 structure as of right now. So, whenever your hit points would hit 0, you proceed to take 1 structure damage, and then you make a structure check, and then your hit points reset to full. Okay? Any additional damage that you would have taken spills over into that and then reduces the max from your hit point value, your maximum hit point value there. And then structure damage represents major damage to your mech or its systems. Bad things can happen if you take structure damage. Can do anything from impair you, which just makes your life a little bit more difficult, all the way up to stunning your mech, breaking parts off of your mech, flat out killing your mech, or flat out killing your mech, and you probably don't have a chance of escaping. Make sense?
Fuck. Okay.
Ouch.
Fuck.
So, this guy's looking mighty bad. It doesn't seem like any major structural integrity has been damaged just yet. However, it does seem like you are pushing this assault mech to its limit. Anything else, Dynamite?
I think that's all. So I moved, I did my free quick action, and then I did my full action.
Correct.
So I think that's all I've got.
Beautiful. All right. After that, we've got another. I should have marked him. We've got another enemy mech here. Let's go ahead and. Let's go ahead and do a barrage action here on Rainmaker.
I like how I popped smoke to cover you guys, and you all immediately ran out of the smoke.
1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see. How's my line of sight looking? Can I? Yeah, it's pretty much the line I'm looking at there. Okay. Yeah, fuck it. He said, let's go ahead and hit you with a... he's going to go ahead and place a round right behind both you and Rainmaker. And he's going to hit you with a underslug grenade launcher. So let's go ahead and try and hit you guys. No real bonuses there. So this one's going to be for Rainmaker. Ooh. Woof. And that one is going to be for Jackal. All right.
Oh, that misses?
Yeah. Godspeed. So you guys are both going to proceed to take 4 explosive damage. As you can see, this giant grenade lob over your mech's head, embedding in the ground and exploding, blasting you guys. Let's see. Jackal, it looks like you are going to need to make...
I am in the negatives, yes.
Ah, perfect. All right, so go ahead and take 1 structure damage. Reset your hit points and take whatever the bleed was, whatever the bleed over was.
Yep.
And then I'm going to need you to make me a structure check really quick.
What is that and how do I do it?
Let me go ahead. So
Don't I also need to make a roll to make sure my NHP doesn't unshackle?
I believe that. Let's go ahead and do this one step at a time. Okay, so firstly, you make a structure check by rolling 1d6 per point of structure damage you have marked. So you've only got 1 right now. You take 1. Or
Okay.
roll 1.
Yep, okay, so I'll roll 1d6.
Roll 1d6.
Ugh, that's probably not good.
That's not great, but it's not awful. So let's see here. That is a glancing blow. Emergency systems suddenly kick on in your mech, trying to stabilize the sudden damage that it has been barraged with. Your mech is impaired until the end of your next turn. So you will be rolling with a +1 difficulty for attack rolls, skill checks, and there were other things. Something else. But anyway. And then I believe that, let's see. I don't believe that you have to roll for unshackling here, but let me double check.
I think it's every time you take structure damage that you have to roll 1d20 and you have to just not get a 1 or something like that?
Yep. Whenever you would make a structure check or overheating check, roll a d20. You just have to basically avoid a 1.
I avoided a 1.
Perfect. I also don't think that you have to do these right now, as you guys don't have NHPs in your ships or your AI.
I
or
have an NHP.
anyway. You have a concierge. You do
No,
not have,
I have an NHP.
you have an HP?
Yes, because rank 1 Technophile gives me an NHP.
Oh, that's
That
right.
costs
So
0
you are
SP.
the only person that has to worry about that.
I'm the
right?
only person with an NHP.
Okay. All right. Good. And then I believe that will be. Let's see. Moving over there. No, he's still got an attack. Let's go ahead and try and put some fire down on Rainmaker with that assault rifle of his. That will be a 20 coming at you, Rainmaker.
Yep.
Yep. Let's see here.
It's a good thing I put both my points in the hull.
Tis indeed. What did I decide that was? D6s? I think so. Okay. That will be 5 points coming at you. As you are hit suddenly by a hail of bullets. And let me go ahead and mark him, and his turn is done. All right. Strife Inspector. Who's going up next?
You can go, because I'm still trying to figure out how to use drones.
It's just an attack with a Nexus weapon.
Well, no, because one of my abilities says it gives drones plus 10 HP, and I can move them 5 spaces at the beginning of my turn.
Oh, you don't. I don't think we have any drones.
He has drones. So Ben, go ahead and do your thing while I'm pulling up drone stuff.
Yeah, I'm gonna do my free quick to boost and then move all the way up to the fucked up guy. I will barrage. So this is going to be my heavy. Fuck.
Ah.
So I rolled a nat 1.
First nat 1 of the game.
That first nat 1 of the game. Okay, beautiful. So that is a critical failure. Let's go ahead and do the easiest thing that I can think of, and we're gonna disarm you. Let's see. Unless they have a better idea for critical failures. So what kind of big heavy melee weapon do you have anyway?
That would have been my shuttle.
Ah, yes. Okay. So as you come up and get ready to drive this shuttle down into the prone mech, you can see the mech roll out of the way and then proceed to elbow your mech in the chest, and then forces your hand away from the embedded shuttle, which is now in the ground.
All right. Well, for later reference, what type of action is that going to take to pick up?
Let's see. I believe that should just be a quick action in order to pick that up. Just
Okay.
interact with something, I believe is a quick action.
All right. Well, that was a barrage, and also that's going to be trigger my honorable charge. First time you attack an enemy on your turn, hit or miss, give him an extra Templar's mark. Mark lasts until my next turn, and while marked, gain the following reaction: Harry reaction. Once per round, when an ally attacks your target and misses, you can allow them to re-roll the attack. They must use the second results.
Okay.
So this guy's marked, and that was a barrage, so this is going to be my charged blade.
Okay.
11.
11 will hit.
Charged blade is... And that is armor piercing.
Oof. All right. Okay.
And I will overcharge and pick up my shuttle.
All right. Go ahead and roll a D3, I believe it is, for your heat.
First time it's 1 heat, second time it's 1d3, third time it's 1d6.
There we go. Okay. Beautiful. We'll go ahead and mark you there. And then, yeah, all right. So then let's go ahead and take this opportunity to have this guy. Oh, let's go ahead and have him stand up. And let's go ready for okay. And he starts any movement, move, boost inside the threat with one or more weapons. Skirmish attack. Okay. So as this guy proceeds to stand up, do you have a reaction that you can use? And if so, would you like to Overwatch?
Do you have to save a reaction? You only make one reaction.
You only get one reaction per round. You get a new one at the end of your next turn.
Okay, yeah, I'll Overwatch.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me a skirmish attack.
It's going to be heavy blade.
All right. As this thing proceeds to try and stand up, it is within your threatened range. Your blade manages to find purchase, coming down on top of it. Go ahead and roll damage.
Let's see. God damn, that was garbage.
That
4
was
damage.
4 damage. Okay. That would be 2. All right. You can see. Let me go ahead and double check and see. These guys have. Where did I just see structure damage? There we go. Okay. Okay. So you can see its metal frame begin to start cracking under the pressure. It's going to go ahead and make a check here for that. Right. And that is going to leave him impaired once again until next round. So it is still impaired. And it is going to go ahead and try and use its close quarter knife on you. Let's see, that'll be a d20, and then that is because he is impaired, minus 1d6. All right, that'll be a 13 coming at you.
Yep. That's a hit.
That is a hit. All right. And then they will proceed to go ahead and deal 5 points of damage to you. as the blade sinks in. All right. And then last in the players' round, or the players for this round, rather, we have Spectre.
Okay.
And then I don't know if you saw that Roy had posted something about that. He is correct. You don't have to worry about deploying drones on these initial ones. Those are going to be more primarily whenever you get drones through unlocking drones with your license points.
Gotcha. Well, then all my powers are useless. So I will just... I don't know.
Deploy them up to stages. CW flag shields.
All right, I'm gonna walk over to there. Then I'm gonna attempt to hack the one that's way in the back. That hasn't been damaged yet.
Perfect. All right, go ahead and roll me a systems check really quick. Beautiful. A 15 will indeed do it. Are you doing full tech or a quick tech?
Just quick tech.
Quick tech? All right, go ahead and choose one of your tech options.
Actually, you know what? I might as well do full tech.
Yeah,
But I have to roll the second one again, though. I'm pretty sure.
correct.
So on him, I'll do the invasion one. The same thing that Roy did. So he takes 1d3 heat, and he's impaired.
All right, go ahead and roll me that heat real quick. All right, for a whopping 1 heat. Nice. And then for your second tech action? Or...
Actually, my second one, I will instead bolster Doc.
Okay.
Pretty good how I did that one. I lost that page. Hold on 1 second.
Let's see.
There we go.
Let's see.
Bolster. Okay, I don't have to roll anything. You just get a +2 accuracy on your next skill check of any kind.
Okay.
And then I'm going to use my last quick action to hide, my spare one.
Beautiful. Okay, and let me see here really quick. Is there anything that you have to do for hiding specifically? I don't believe so.
No, I just have to have a cover.
Yep, okay. You've got light cover, so you are able to hide. Let's see. Let's go ahead and throw a little ninja mask on you. Beautiful. All right. And then we lastly have this fellow up over here. He is impaired, so he's going to suck at a great many things. Let's go ahead and have him 1, 2, 3. It's not going to be able to climb up there. Let's go ahead and have him... Oh, you're going to have to spend your whole turn trying to boost up there. Yeah. So he's going to boost and go ahead and begin climbing up there. It is a very slow-going process, as this is about 40 feet up, and he is slowly moving along, beginning to break and breach the surface at the end of his turn. All right. So with that, it is 1:30 Eastern Time right now. If you guys would like, we can try and power through this. It will probably take us another hour or so, if I had to guess.
I really can't afford to.
That's kind of what I figured. So, with everything marked and us having a basic understanding of this, let's go ahead and leave this on a bit of a cliffhanger, as we have the top of initiative coming up. And we had mentioned before that battlefield variables will indeed be changing throughout the course of this. You begin to see the sand waves slowly begin to start rolling and quaking, brushing up against the feet of your guys' mechs. You can see sand particles slowly begin to start rising up off the ground, almost as if there is some sort of gravitational pull coming from up above you guys. You can hear a voice come through the intercoms on your guys' mechs. All right, Shinies. You did well enough so far. We're going to switch it up into you. We'll see how you can deal with anti-gravity. And
This is bad because none of us have the ability to actually move in anti-gravity.
I mean, can't the jump jets actually allow you to move at least a little?
yes, they can.
Yeah.
They if you have jump jets, you can boost in different directions, so that will help some.
Can my
Yeah.
manipulator arms kind of latch me onto the to this cover?
That would not be a bad idea. We will be able to address all of that very quickly at the beginning of next round.
Okay.
As you see the sand rising up and you can feel your mechs slowly begin to start drifting upwards, you hear the sounds of loud thudding on the ground. And then rounding the corner out here, you can see what looks like a very bulky mech with claws digging into the ground, rounding the corner. And we're going to be sitting an Aegis at you. Good luck.
Great.
And that is where we'll be ending today's session.
So before we head out,
Mm-hmm.
how are we going to be able to move in anti-gravity? I think because it says when you have the EVA module,
Mm-hmm.
it counts as having a propulsion system in lower zero gravity, and it's not slowed while moving and can fly normally. So because of that, does that mean when you don't have the EVA module, you can still move slowly?
Yes. However, you need to have something to propel yourself off of. So, hypothetically speaking, Spectre right here, who's just in the middle of a smoke cloud, will probably need to try and dart towards something as best she can. Otherwise, she's just going to float upwards to wherever the anti-gravity field floats her up to. And she's going to have to try and figure out how to move around, which is going to be difficult. Probably involving somebody with a boost system jumping up, tackling her in the air, and moving her towards something that she could grab a hold of or start pushing around on.
Now, the boost system, the jump jet system, says that you must end your turn on the ground or else fall. That means we don't have to end on the ground now because it's anti-gravity.
Yeah.
Correct.
So we just have a free movement speed of flying with our jump jets when we boost.
Right. You have, instead of moving regularly, you guys can use a boost action in order to fly around with your jump jets.
And roll call, who has jump jets?
Me and you, I think.
So us three.
I do as well.
Oh, okay. Spectre's good. So the three of us down here and then Spectre have jump jets. Doc and Dynamite do not, but they're both next to cover they can latch onto.
And also, how I read the jump jets, you're flying. You can fly your move. So if you boost first and then you move, I think you're still flying.
When your mech boosts, your mech can fly. No, it's
so
only,
it's only when you boost.
Oh, and your mech must end its turn on the ground.
Correct.
When
So
your
it's
mech,
only
oh,
during
it's
the
only
boost?
it's only while you boost. Yeah.
Yeah, it's only while you're boosting.
And
Okay.
you don't have to end on the ground. It's just as soon as your boost is done, you fall.
Correct.
So,
Yeah, in theory, if you wanted to, you could just boost straight up into the air and then
fall.
fall.
Unless there's anti-gravity.
But yeah, now we've got anti-gravity going on.
Well, hey, I think we did pretty well for learning a new system we've never played before.
It makes a lot of sense that it would take a long time to do this first round and get everything underway. I have a feeling, for anyone who might watch this, that next episode we'll probably be able to get through 2, maybe even 3 rounds, probably finish out this scenario.
We should be able to finish the scenario next time.
Once
2
we
weeks,
actually
easily.
understand what's going on, like
Assuming we start on time, which is unlikely.
yeah.
Well,
But-
dude, it's a role-playing group, dude. We never start on time.
No, I know. If
Like-
we ever started on time, I would be surprised.
I noticed at least 2 or 3 people were still confused on how the move and then actions worked.
Mm-hmm.
So that now that's hopefully cleared up, it should help.
I agree.
Not that clearing it up matters next game because we're going to be in anti-gravity.
Well, yes, but I mean, for the most part, we've got a basic understanding of how this works now, and everything else is just going to be smoothing it out from here on, and then just kind of finessing rules and going over them a little bit from now on, instead of having to sit down and explain everything to and fro, and both of us figuring it out. Yes.
I'll say I understand it's not in the game system, but in all reality, if we're in 0G, anytime we fire a weapon, we should be moving the opposite of the weapon's firing direction.
Correct, which may be something that I take into account, actually, especially with kinetic weapons. Energy weapons, maybe less so.
So you're saying when I hit
it's-
this guy in front of me with my heavy weapon, I should bat him like a baseball?
Correct. You may also bounce back as well because of that.
Yeah, but you
I'll-
can start flying first.
So
Yeah.
we're gonna add some fun. Can you break your boost up like you can break your move up?
No, I don't believe so.
That's,
I'll double check on that. I might be wrong.
that's something to check. Anyway,
I'll double check.
no. So if anyone actually watched this first episode, thank you. We were all learning the ropes. Anything else you guys want to say to any potential viewers? This one's gonna be uploaded pretty quickly, so.
Yeah, I'm really excited to be running this. I'm really excited to get to know your guys' characters more.
And we'll be playing every 2 weeks, so we'll probably upload every 2 weeks.
Right. So with that, I like to end every session that I do with a likes, needs improvements, and personal thoughts. So going around the table, starting with, let's go ahead and start with Dan since he's the first one on the list here. What did you like about the system? What did you think needs improvement? And were there any thoughts or just like anything that you really enjoyed or just want to explore more?
Well, I've been looking through a lot of the future mechs and unlocks and all that good stuff. I like what I'm going to get.
There's a lot of
I
cool
already,
stuff in
I
there.
already know. I'm getting me.
There's
the
a
Ice
lot
Gander.
of cool stuff.
I'm getting me the Ice Gander.
Oh yeah, that's a great one.
Needs improvement. We've only really done one round of combat, and since it's all of our first round, it of course took a while So I don't think I really have too much that would need improvement yet. I kind of need to see how it all goes. But I love the setting, and I want to shoot more stuff and use more mines and grenades that I have not used yet.
Yeah. What about that? All right. Next up then, Jackal.
Okay.
Roy.
So, I like pretty much all of this. The twist at the end was really cool, with the simulation changing to really test you in all environments. But without knowing ahead of time that it was going to be 0G, that's kind of unfortunate, because if we had known it'd go 0G, we could have planned for it and got the EVA system. It would have made more sense that we would be able to accommodate for the test, but that's fine. It's them throwing a wrench into the situation. But I don't feel like it's a realistic example of what we'd be doing in the field. I think it's just them fucking with us.
Yeah, I think it's our commander not liking us.
I think it's our commander not liking us. I agree. It's almost like we pissed him off.
What a dick, right?
And I do feel like we need to kind of get into our chops. What I kind of dislike, well, not necessarily dislike, but think we could improve as a player base, is the out of combat role plays that we had before. I think we can kind of, it's our first time playing these characters. We haven't really gotten to know them yet, so we'll definitely need to improve ourselves in that regard and kind of find our foothold and kind of embrace the RP more. We didn't really do many roles during that RP session.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like we should have tried to do more stuff that involved roles.
Okay.
I could have tried punching somebody.
Yeah,
It's absolutely true.
or when Edquist stole that guy's thing, could have rolled for it and seen how that went.
Well, yeah, but I didn't want to stop the narrative, because he was talking and then he was like, "Well, you guys passed these guys, and then we did other stuff, and then we were at the place." So I didn't want to go stop him mid talking and be like, "I want to steal one of those guys."
No, I get it. I'm just saying we should do more role stuff.
No,
Luck out.
Yeah.
Luck out, man. You guys stop me all the time. I'm gonna steal that shit.
I would go ahead and do my thing, but I'm actually going to get off here because I got to be up in 4 hours.
All right.
Oh, okay.
So in other words, Ryan has the same problem that you had on Sundays.
Yeah, no, completely understandable. Bless your soul. Thank you for playing and staying up so late.
Oh no, it's okay, dude. I mean, I enjoy myself. I mean, if you want me to do mine real quick, I mean.
Yeah, hammer through it really quick if you would.
Yeah, saying, what was it liked? Need improvement. What else?
And just general thoughts.
Oh, general thoughts. I mean, it's fun. I mean, I didn't know there was a mech-based, D&D style game, and I'm always down for more mech fucking combat. I've been a purveyor of mech games and shit for a long time. Liked pretty much everything about it. It felt really nice, just raining down destruction on those three guys. I mean, that was really fun. It just felt really just hammering them, especially for the first combat.
Between you and Dan, work was done.
Oh yeah.
And needs improvement. It's too early to say, honestly.
That's fine. Yeah. So before you go really quick, I'm going to assign everybody a little bit of homework. Once again, if you would give me that one paragraph on description for your character. And then if you wanted to come up and work with me or write up a short story about your character's background to help you guys get a little bit more acquainted with those, I'm not worried about how long that is. Long enough for you guys to feel a little bit more comfortable about them. Message me or read through the books so we can smooth over how things work in the canon, but the galaxy's a big place, so more likely than not, whatever you guys have there, other than minor details, will be absolutely Gucci. So thank you, Ryan, for coming out. That's all I've got right there.
No problem. I enjoyed it.
Okay.
All right. See you guys on the flip side.
See ya. All right. Ben, what do you got?
For likes, I like the system as it is. Once you actually get to understanding it, needs improvement. The book.
Yeah.
Some setup of the book, like specific example, the gear tags is there's a 20 page gap between the gear tags and when you first encounter gear.
I know the fucking layout for this book is just a pain. I mean, it's not a finished product. It's fairly well along in its beta, and I know that I've been following the Discord on it recently and following relatively closely with the devs. They are working on all of that stuff, but
and since I will be
one of those things
posting
that'll just come out when it comes
Discord,
out.
That's just a real big thing that I noticed. Like I'm kind of big on those nitpicky organizations. Like when I first saw the 5e monster manual, my biggest nitpick was just how they templated that.
Yeah.
The blocks, and I refuse to play Shadowrun. Okay? Because the book it's all cross referencing.
I know.
Good thing I will be posting this to the Discord for them, so the developers might actually see this playthrough.
No, that's fantastic. I would love feedback from them.
They might
what
be,
we were
they
fucking
might
up
to,
and what we can improve on and how things go, and just so we have more people that listen.
Yes, watch. It's gonna be a video.
Watch. Yeah, correct.
In general thoughts, as I said, I think it's a good system. It takes work to learn.
Yeah, I would agree with that. It's not too bad once you get it down, but it's the getting it down that's it's a fucking step. Okay. Let's see. We have Edquist. I think I haven't done you yet, correct?
Yep.
Sweet action. What do we got?
I mean, I like it. I liked it more than I thought I would, because giant robots really isn't my thing, but it's pretty fun. The only thing I didn't like was I was confused about what drones were, because I thought they were like tiny little robots that I threw out that wandered around because of the way my powers are worded.
Mm-hmm.
And taking multiple of them was not useful at all. So
if you want, we can go through and restructure things a little bit. Maybe not necessarily. Are you talking about talent specifically or weaponry?
I mean, I could keep the talents. The only thing is, I don't know how long it's going to be before we get deployable drones, which is what my powers work on.
It would probably be level 1. I'm sure there is a level 1 mech somewhere with a deployable drone.
If you look at either the Hydra, if you look at the Hydra's got a drone at level 1. Valor.
Yeah, so I'm fine with keeping the powers, but like for this combat, I took 3 different drones, and it's useless to take 3 because they're just weaker versions. Like I thought I would spit out 3 drones and then I'd have them wandering around. Taking 3 drones of these kind it doesn't make any sense. Like I could just throw out.
You took 3 Nexus attacks, which are smart attacks.
Yeah, but I could just throw out the strongest one each time. It makes no sense to use the weaker ones, and the weaker ones are both the same.
Well, you get multiple attacks. You can use barrage to attack with 2 different weapons.
Stop! I told that. Yeah, but I'm saying, why wouldn't I just keep throwing out the strongest one?
Because you can't attack with the same weapon twice.
Correct.
Yeah, but also my 2 weaker ones are exactly the same. So why would I attack with either?
One might get broken.
But that said, since you haven't used any of them yet, if you want to keep 1 or 2 of them and then cycle out something to something else, I wouldn't really be that butthurt about it. The EVA things, I'd rather keep them as is, just because I intentionally threw this scenario in there because I knew not all of you guys had it, and I wanted to see how you guys deal with that stuff. And there will be another scenario shift later on that I'm going to do, that I'm going to switch up the battlefield once again to be unaccommodating to you guys. That said, the weaponry I'm not that worried about. Keep 1 of the drones and then switch it out to 2 things that are actually useful, because the last thing that I want is for you to be wandering around during this fight whenever everybody's trying to learn how exactly their mech operates, and you're like, all right, I'm gonna Nexus this thing and then fuck off for a turn, and then Nexus this thing and then fuck off for a turn. Unless, I mean, you legitimately want to just Nexus and hide, in which case fucking go for it.
Yeah.
But,
I don't know. I'll keep them. I do have 1 other weapon, so.
Perfect.
So that one has to be reloaded. So.
Yeah. All right then. Anything else?
No, I think that's a good spot to end the recording.
Yep. And I'm gonna go because I have to work tomorrow. So
Yep.
Yeah.
I will
Nope,
talk
thank
to
you so much.
No problem. Bye.
And thank you to
Chris, did
anyone
you go?
who Oh, did Chris do his?
No, I don't.
Oh,
I
well, I'm
didn't,
not getting in the
but-
recording yet.
Yeah, fuck, Chris. What do we got?
It's all right.
What are your thoughts?
It's alright. I've been trying to get myself wound down here, but I would say I'm having some fun with it. It's cool. It's just figuring out a new system is always rough, and there will be hiccups. So kind of like everyone else, I really don't have too much to gripe about.
Mhm.
The only thing I think that could be improved is like accessibility and readability of like the tables and equipment, like what goes where. If that makes any sense.
No, I'm perfectly picking up what you are putting down. I'm gonna try and make some more tables and stuff. I've got 2 weeks to fuck around with this. I'm gonna try and make some more tables of things and put them in the player resource, just so one, I have access to them quickly, and two, so you guys can go through and look at them at your leisure and
totally.
not have to flip through the book.
I mean, I'll be real though. Like the hardest part for me tonight was figuring out, like, picking out my weapons for the mech.
Yeah,
because that was just it. I thought that was kind of fun. I got to enjoy it. The only thing I would say is, guys, if I throw down smoke, use it.
I don't think it was a very good placement for smoke, to be fair.
Yeah. It's also the smoke is a linear effect. So anybody who's in the smoke gets light cover, but they're also at a disadvantage fire.
That's true. It makes it harder for us to shoot, but it makes it harder for us to get shot.
Well, I was reading it. It didn't say anything about you shooting out of it, though. It was when I was reading the description of it.
I might be remembering it incorrectly.
I'll have to double check it, but I think
it would make sense. It makes sense, but yeah. I just figured that was going to be like we were going to get bombarded by those things, like because they just popped up, which is kind of why I threw it there. But yeah, you're right. Bad placement.
Yeah, I think it would have been better to save that, but it's fine because you went first in a system you've never played.
Yeah.
But yeah,
and it also gives you something to retreat into if you guys start getting overrun.
It goes away at the end of the turn.
It lasts until his next turn.
Oh, okay.
So no, it does not give us something to retreat into.
Never mind then.
But yeah, me and Ben are melee. Ryan was using short range attacks, so he had to get in close. Like, the only people it really could have benefited was, like, you could have stayed back in it to shoot at range, and then Dynamite could have stayed back in it to shoot at range. But that's it.
Well, that's just it. I had no idea, really, like, what weapons you all were using, because I wasn't paying attention. I was trying to figure out my shit. But that's fair. It's all right. Like, we'll get it all sorted. Like, I had fun. It was good. I enjoyed it.
Well, excellent. Once again, I really had a blast playing with you guys. I enjoy branching out and fucking around with new systems, and this has been one that I've wanted to run for a while. I like the characters so far, even though we've had limited interactions with them, and I knew going into combat that it was going to be clunky. But it's one of those things that I knew that if we just hammer-fisted our way through it, we would figure it out as we went along. It's not super complex. It's just some work learning it. And that'll get smoothed over in the future. Other than that, I'm looking forward to seeing more of you guys' characters and what you do with them individually and your mechs. And I'm excited. I've got a cool sector made up here, I think, with a lot of dynamics and some factional control issues that are going on whenever you guys eventually make it to the sector that you are going to be stationed in.
This is where we throw a wrench in your plans and we fail the simulation and don't get our license.
You fail the simulation and you don't get your license. Or this is a Kobayashi Maru and everybody fails it. One or the other.
That's fair, because they did throw a really big fucker at us.
Yeah, or get good, don't suck. Other than that, though, I'm just really excited about this. I'm looking forward to doing more stuff with you guys and Lancer.
Yep. Okay. All right, well, I'm going to call it. I'll catch you guys around. Peace.
Auf Wiedersehen.
And with that, this 3 hour and 14 minutes, slightly less because I'm cutting some from the beginning. Chris. And yeah, so anybody who watched this, thanks very much. We appreciate you. We'll be uploading every 2 weeks.
Be sure to check out Confessor X on Twitch.
Yeah.
And be sure to also go over and check out the Geek Cast Live podcast, as we will be starting that up come the 2nd of February. I will also be plugging this on there and vice versa. Yeah, check us out there and on the Twitter machine and Facebook at Geekcast Live.
Yeah, and Confessor X will be live streaming this game every other week, opposite our long-running D&D game that is eventually going to be a podcast, but is not yet. But yeah, so if you want to catch the Lancer games, that'll be on the off week, and I'll try to get this so that I upload this, and then you could watch his stream the next week, and then I'll upload that episode the week after that. So I'll offset it by a week. So anyway, thank you very much, and have a good one.